Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Better days, I pray for better days. Working hard cause I want extra pay. Talk to them seeds, but you must demonstrate. Cause it's your ways that they gon' imitate. Non-violent. Sometimes I wish I would've went to college. Frown proudly. Cause where I'm from, they hate you when you smiling. Your face should be your gun. You can't leave home without it. The children being grown, cause all the parents acting childish. You show them your reality, I bet they doubt it. You tell them all about your dreams, that's when they out it. Your own blood, ain't no family no more. They do you badly for show. You try to patch up your soul, Lord knows you on a mission to show him you so submissive. The prayer said in silence, you know the devil can hear him, pay attention. Know the war's within, how much time do you spend? Try to balance your zen, then again, losses is lessons. You tell me you trying to win, we know about saving money. You tell me you trying to spend that blood on it. Sweat, tears, you put that love on it. Your best years was just a dumb moment. You tired of going hungry, can't deal with fate making your life lonely. Your lack of faith that left your soul boning. But you gon' work and you gon' strive, do what it takes to survive. What is truth, what is a lie? You know that war's inside. Some get draped into the fate, they don't know what to decide. Wrong choice, meet your demise, keep that between you and I. You realize, some people you gon' let go, you visualize. The things you need to feed your soul is on the rise. They not gon' wanna let you go, but it's alright. It's cool to bury what's gon' grow. Went from wrong to the right and to the dark to the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. Gotta hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. From wrong to the right and to the dark from the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. You just hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me. Yeah, I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me.
Yeah. Don't be stressing on the dumb shit, cause God is gonna make a way. Just keep going and keep your faith, so you can win this race. This race called life, yeah, yeah. This race called life. This race called life, yeah, yeah. Race called life. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm grinding 'cause I know that I'm gon' get it. I just gotta have vision, keep faith and be humble. Have some patience with it. I've been A1 since day one, been always on my job. I never been a fake, never had to steal and rob. Cause I do good business, I'm too good with it. And even though I'm on this road, I'm still daddy to my children. You know I do good with them, and don't like being missing. But I hate when my bills are thicker and my pockets get thinner. But I can't stress up on the dumb shit, cause God is gonna make a way. I keep going and keep my faith and my pace, so I can win this race. Win this race called life. This race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life. This race called life. This race called life, yeah. Race called life. I'm just trying to win this race.
Yes, y'all. We are in here. We are in here. Peace to you, brother. Panel is open. link is in the chat. Let me go ahead and pin that for anybody who wants to come up and anybody who has questions or comments about tonight's debate. You know what I'm saying? We got D Rod.
Facts.
He just hit the panel. Shout out to D Rod.
Facts, bro. Happy to be here, man, on Gauntlet Fam, man. Representing, man, some true, authentic info, man. Nowadays, especially with all this damn fake news around here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And before we get into anything, let me go ahead and go to a brief word from our sponsors and show everybody the tournament that brought us all here today and made me start this page.
These are not just speakers, these are thinkers, forged in fire, warriors of words stepping into destiny. Welcome to the Coliseum of Arguments, where logic clashes with conviction and ideas spill like blood in the sand. 16 titans, 16 minds, one path to immortality. They come seeking truth, they fight for redemption, they burn for revenge. Featuring the intellectual elite of the Titans Debate League. Every round a new war, every word a new weapon. Every titan ready to fall or rise in glory. This is not debate, this is combat. Step into the Coliseum of Arguments. Only the brave speak here. Are you not entertained?
Praise be here. You heard it here first, folks. And shout out a new Kakerakt in the building. We are here in the war room right now, where we can get down to the nitty gritty details of everything that happened in the battlefield today. So, shout out you, salute you for making it out in one piece. You know what I'm
Salute.
saying? True warrior. We got Zion, War Child, True Warriors. Go ahead and give us your
Peace, Zion.
feelings, Darrell, before we
Peace, peace,
What's going on, brother?
peace, God, peace. Shalom, shalom, fam. Yeah, man. That was a great debate.
Yeah.
I think Anu stayed on task. The first, I would say, 2 rounds, freaking Cal. Saying his antics. The dude is funny. Saying, and he has some good punches as far as like the metaphysics and the metaphor. Saying he stayed on that. When we got to the third round, I thought Anu did a really good. Anu was good. Anu freaking shifted it. You know what I'm saying? He shifted the direction because he knew that dude could not he couldn't help but try to proselytize his doctrine, which actually contradicted what he was saying. He's over here talking about Laurel building off of Abrahamic faith, but then turn around and bring out the the Owaspy book, which is is written in Old English, like King, King James, using scriptural references. So that kind of, went left. So that was like strategically, that was great. And then when the question and answer round came, Laurel caught him off guard the first question, it was vague, but at the same time, he should have known that, force, mass and yeah. So that kind of took Cal down a notch. And then when Cal went to question Laurel knows how to take the stand, bro. He knows how to be cross-examined. We're not going to sit here and have a back and forth with the opposing counsel. We just going to answer yes or no so we can get down to the closing argument. So, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, that was smooth, B. You know what I'm saying? That was smooth.
On God, bro.
Yeah. For
real.
Yeah,
New was really was bringing it. He I noticed I don't even know where to begin. I knew he rounded it up real nice too. He even had there was some sprinkles of diplomacy towards the end. I didn't. Some people probably wouldn't have expected that. I've seen a growth and a smoothing of his delivery. It's gotten smoother. I've been following my brother New and he listened to the debates for a minute, and I'm noticing that. I'm not just hearing rah rah. Debate just trying to win per se. It's all about how you do it. and there was some humor there. You got to mix it up, keep the listener engaged. And he rounded up for clean. He clean. It was very clean. I got a clean impression. And he could have went another way if he wanted to. And given that Kyle's was he was going crazy with the Ryu kicks and all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, it was funny, but he didn't fall into it. He kept his point and kept his focus and drove it home, and that's cool. That's what it's about at the end of the day. We all should somewhat try to build together and agree at the end of the day, whether we differ on certain minor things or whatever. Because I don't think the points of view between the two sides are not that broad, in my opinion, to warrant leaving the stage with a sour taste in our mouth, right? About our brothers at the end of the day.
Right.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. Like, yeah, I tried to tone it down a little bit because I'm usually just like, I mean,
Right, right,
and
right.
so this time I'm just like, you know what? I'm kind of seasoned at this, and
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
I really don't have much to prove. My
Facts.
record speak for itself. The body of work speak for itself. Uh, and like a lot of the people that's in the debate that's listening, a lot of them people have heard this argument 1,000 times. So a lot of them people know our stances on what we talking about, and so it's like when you make conjecture about what we saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like it just look kind of disingenuous. So I just was like, nigga, whatever, man. I thought I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's a funny guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a funny
Oh
guy.
man, I was dying back
That
here,
was
bro.
hilarious, yo.
I was
You know what I'm
crying back here, bro. Yeah, you
saying?
know.
He's a
And I
funny.
knew he showed that there is some. I heard a lot of absolutes going all through the last couple hours. There's a lot of just
Mhm.
coming from both sides, but the light aspect will undoubtedly does prove to a degree, given that the God makes everything. The light is a part of its grand fingerprint as well. That's part of the fingerprint. See,
Yeah,
and so science is clear on that in that regard, and I think I knew when it illustrated that fairly well, and I think at the end of the day, there's some probably the jury is still out to some of the listeners, and so I'm not going to worry about the comments, but it's nonetheless still. I think there was some comments on the other side saying no, light has almost nothing to do with it. But then at the same time, Cos he bagged off of that, went becoming more weaponized his approach and kind of bagged off that towards the end and strengthened his campaign towards the end and say, you know what, light is part of this, it is part of the so and so. But then he was falling off on some aspects that was. I won't go into rehash the whole thing, but he strengthened his case towards the end. That now the question and answer thing was left a little to be desired. How I knew was going to come at you with the scientific questions. I think, hey, I knew when you asked him like to describe force, and were you looking at the components of the force formula in physics?
well, I mean, it's real. Like my logic is real simple. You can't talk to me about God if you don't believe in God, and then you not gonna tell me shit about God if you don't understand power and force. If you don't, you can't talk to me about spirits and energy and all this other shit, and then you don't just understand the basics when it comes to power, force, energy, and those are basic physics questions that you would see on a fifth grade science like it's fifth grade formulas.
Right. I was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
picking that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Equals length
Yeah.
times breadth. You know what I'm saying? Density
Right.
equals length times breadth times height.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm
And
saying?
the formula for power. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Force equals mass times acceleration.
Right. Okay.
Power equals work over time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And those are
Right.
just those
That's
are just
right.
basic things, right? And so it's just like, so if you gonna try to grill me about energy and you don't even understand energy and what it is, like why should I even listen? Like why should I consider what you saying about this power and force that I know for a fact governs my life and
Indeed.
governs all life in existence?
Indeed. He mentioned that Cos mentioned that. Well, he didn't ask about my position on God and what was it, was all the related definitions and so forth from my perspective, from his perspective. But then at the same time, Cos had to deal, be able. I'm not sure, but how personally adept he was with scientific fundamental principles and things like that. So it was nice because he has to do the same to your position as well, because it's going to come up in the debate. And I thought that was a really crucial tactic of questioning I knew on your side, man, to really to test his metal on his scientific prowess. It's pretty cool, actually.
And not to mention, uh, my second round, I just sat there and rebutted almost everything that came out of his mouth. Literally rebutted almost everything that came out of his mouth, like point for point, point for point, point for point, point for point. Okay, you said this. Okay, this is what science says about the omnipresence, right? Okay. You said this about the atmosphere. I showed you this. Okay, nigga, that shit's get Trump too. You see what I'm saying? Point for point. I'm talking about
Right.
precision. When y'all go back and look at that shit, you'll see it. How many times I just constantly rebuttal? You can't rebuttal the
Right.
shit that I'm saying because all of your books, all of the religions say that shit. All you can do is say the theologians don't think so.
Yeah. And
The, the,
one good point that
the
he.
scholars don't think so. The
Mhm.
consensus, so now you're making a bandwagon fallacy. So because the consensus say it or the
Because of consensus,
mainstream,
right?
yeah, that
What
because the mainstream consensus say it, it must be true. Like, I mean, what are you saying?
do you? Can I ask you this, Anu? He brought up a good point. About the metaphoric understanding and representation of light being affiliated with God and so forth.
Right.
Now, I'm not sure. Now, you support that, right? I'm not sure, or not, or I'm not sure.
Well, again, when it comes to spiritual light, okay,
Right.
in my understanding, spiritual light does the exact same thing as physical light. Now, in the mental mindscape, in the workshop of the mind, right?
Right.
If you're in darkness, you're in ignorance.
Right.
But once you get knowledge, it the light of knowledge extinguishes the dark and
Okay.
it reveals what was unknown.
Okay. Facts.
And so that is the same damn thing that light does in the physical realm. Now we can sit here and
I can
argue,
agree. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and then when it come into knowledge, okay, well, how are we talking about knowledge without talking about brain waves and the functionality of what a thought is and where that energy comes from, X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
it's like we're in the debate, and I could really like dig off into to your chest about that, but it'll end up into like this back and forth thing that I don't want. But when you really start digging off into that thing, you'll start seeing it start falling apart when you start cross examining it. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
same thing like when he brought up the atmosphere, and I'm like, yeah, until you start realizing that if it wasn't for electromagnetism, you can't have chemistry.
Right.
Like
Right.
chemistry is dependent upon electromagnetism, which includes gases, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
No. Great answer. I
if
think. I
you
think a
read,
lot. Go ahead.
oh this is the other thing that I keep
Go
trying to
ahead, brother.
explain to people
Yeah.
because light is something that is found within spirituality and religion, and is found in physics. At that convergent spot, that where it converts, that converge, that's where the cross examination can take place. That's the reason why we're not using all of the other attributes and stuff right there dealing with light, because when we talk about light, that's in physics, and when we talk about light, that's in religion and theology. So right there we're able to cross over, and once we cross over into both realms and start doing compare and contrast, we really just start seeing is all of the same thing. And like I said, once you get it asphyxiated in your mind that your thoughts themselves are just electrical signals, which means your body is just a vehicle for an electromagnetic beam, right? And so if you are a thought of Allah, if you are a thought of God, if we just a fragmentation, a quantum of God, then that quantum of God would have to be the power that that powers that animates our body. I mean, I just don't
Now,
understand how that's
right now, right
not
now, just to add to what you're saying, I think during your question and answers, you ask cause about something, but to that effect, like and correct me if I'm wrong. You said I think you asked like, what is spirit?
spirit,
Is
right?
spirit and light the same thing, and what does it mean to you, or something like that? Did you ask that to him?
Right, yeah.
And I think it stumped him for the most part. I think he said they was totally unrelated or something. Where were you going for? What was you going for there, brother?
And I could that was a question and answer round because I could have really gunned him down right there because anytime they looking for spirits, they always getting electromagnetic devices to detect spirits, and so I'm saying you're saying they're not electromagnetic phenomenon, even though they're being picked up on electromagnetic devices.
Yeah, yeah. These, from my understanding, I think he said they were just totally unrelated. Well, some would say that the spirit
Uh,
as act as the animating force for the flesh, right? And
what you,
so,
what,
you
hey, check
know,
back right here, y'all. What you think about the debate, man?
I think y'all both did great. I think you, Kosmon, kind of has, he just went down. I'm sorry, Kosmon. You tried, though. You're a great debater, but the information just did not add up. I'm sorry. He tried.
He did.
He tried.
He should have left his. He should have left it. He did not have to defend for Waspy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where Laurel, you know what I'm saying, you did a good job shifting it. Like, hold on, let's expose. Oh, I knew he was going to do this. Then why fall into the trap? Fell right into the trap.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, right when he went into the dogma aspect. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it was kind of cool. And it was, I'm glad he didn't spend a lot of time on it, but because I didn't know, just a whole lot. I'm not a waspy guy, but some of the talking points I agree with. What he, had to say about it, whatever. I mean, then at the same time he was called out, cleverly by Anu. Anu mentioned, as Cos would say, try to punching holes in the trying to shoot all kind of holes in the news presentation. A new kind of eloquently said, "Hey, well, once you present your situation and what you deem God to be, which was a great offense." And so I think I have to owe Cos some credit to actually have the nerve to step out and actually answer the call, which some may agree with it or not, but he did present it as
Yeah,
requested.
It
So
wasn't required though. Yeah, it wasn't
I
required.
mean,
Yeah.
we may not agree, but he didn't hide it totally, like he was,
he worships
well,
another book god. I mean, that's ultimately what he did. You prove that you worship another book god, and it's a horrible book god because it's a remix of the fucking Bible. I mean, you might as well just have the
Right.
goddamn Bible.
That's why he shouldn't have touched it. That's why he should have just been like, you know what I'm saying? I'm object, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about my doctrine. We're talking about God is light. That's the title.
He's egotistical. Yeah. That's why I waited for my last round. He's egotistical. And I knew that. I knew that little jab was gonna make him go off on a tangent on that, and he wasted his whole third round sitting there blabbing off about bullshit from the Wasp. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
And it was super pseudo, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's like to get you to read this shit in front of everybody is fucking hilarious.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
it's fucking hilarious. After you just said, what I said was mumbo jumbo,
right?
God magnetism is mumbo jumbo, and we just making shit up. And then you got the nerve to read that garbage in front of everybody.
Right. It sounded hypocritical to attack you for utilizing. And you said it, like you said it, I think in your closing argument, or at one point you said that because he made a statement about, oh, well, you about the Abraham, you making a belief off of the Abrahamic, but you had already said that you're not just using Abrahamic, that you're using kind of a more universal position that connects all of these, you know what I'm saying, other, you know what I'm saying, religious texts. So that came off disingenuous from him, you know what I'm saying? And it's the fact that he turned around, opened the book of Owaspy, and I'm over here listening to half of it sound like the Bible.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, how you gonna attack him? Jehovah.
Yeah, Jehovah, bro.
Yeah, but new. I gotta say this, Anu. Because Cos, he was really driving home the effectual standpoint of light in its classical sense, as most would agree in those comments. It was going through the comments. It was a little bloody against the Naga perspective. People just seem to think that the light is just surely being discussed with just in a simple, just in a purely physical form that you would find in your house under your light switch and so forth. There was all kind of comments being made like that, like the guy, if it can be turned off or the like, and with this and physical light is that,
Yeah,
and
I
then
mean,
I think there was some charters
that's
of idol worship. But my
Shout out
point here is
Sergeant
that,
Waters. I'm
those are
sorry.
those are called ad hocs, bro. I'm gonna explain what ad hocs and ad hominems are.
okay, now
Uh,
now the part here what you just said was brilliant, bro. Is when you went to talk about the spiritual kind of aspect of it. I think you could have did more in the debate on that part, because the way you explain knowledge and how it allows one to see out of the guises in the grips of ignorance and to see through the darkness and so forth. I think a lot of the people, and I don't know, we just let them speak for themselves, but they didn't really hear you articulate the knowledge aspect, correlating it to light. That was a fantastic correlation, and then it would open the doors to a metaphorical understanding, perhaps would have helped distinguish some of causes momentum, because some would agree he had a little momentum going, talking about how that light's just a physical phenomenon and so forth.
and again, like if you ask any one of them or any spiritualist or religious person to display spiritual light, to give you an example, show you some spiritual light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah. All you gotta do is ask them to do it, and
right.
can't not one of them do it outside of them running their mouth. Outside of them running their mouth, they can't show you no divine light. They can't show you no spiritual light. So again, in the end of the day, it's like, listen, we can. We're only gonna stand on what we can fucking prove. And all we saying is the part of the light that we can see is pretty fucking awesome,
Right.
right?
Facts.
It's pretty awesome. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And it's like, and we don't even understand that to the fullest. So it's like when you get to diving off into some of this mystery stuff and this spooky stuff that we can't explain, it just becomes whimsical and we can't really do nothing with that. This God is like light is electromagnetism. We can create technology with that.
Right.
You
I
can't.
mean, you can, it's your debate. Yeah, you keep it in the guise of how you want it at the end of the day. True. Another thing you was you did, I think when you brought this up, it was a pretty interesting when you said you named the one of the nicknames of the Osapi god as
Yeah,
being the All Light. That was a good one.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good.
Like it's called the all light. Do you
Right.
understand?
That was a good
All
one. You know.
fucking absolute, bro. Like and I'm like, dude, if you say that God is everything and all things, then inadvertently you're agreeing with me that God is like.
It would be interesting to hear further
Like I mean,
narration on that from the Osapi side. Like, what is that? Why? Like, what is his position on that statement particularly? That would be a little interesting.
like it's just crazy. Like if we're saying God is light, and then you're gonna sit here and tell me that God is everything or the creator is everything and all this
Yeah.
wonderful, amazing shit. Like
Yeah. And then he said he agreed that it was metaphorical too. So he kind of agreed in a way, which shows spiritual, I think, interpretation of the metaphorical.
like I said in the
Let,
beginning, I
let's
laid
pass it around one time. Sergeant Waters, how did you feel about the debate?
yeah, yeah.
It was cool. I mainly came because he said a couple things that they only stand on when they can prove, and he made some comment about thought being something to do with the electromagnetism, and I was just hoping that he could substantiate that. So I wanted to get his evidence on that.
The evidence on your thoughts being electromagnetic in nature.
Yes.
Okay, your thoughts are electrical signals, brother.
You mean that our thoughts result in electrical signals, or that you can tell me what my thought is based on the fact that there is no electrical signal?
I'm saying that the electrical signal that's flowing through your brain can be interpreted through computers and
Cool.
Interpreted as images and words, and so like they can literally read your thoughts now. So yes,
Cool. Can you
yes,
show us some evidence of that? Like can you show some evidence of that?
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up for you.
Yeah. So when you pull it up, I want to know what the exact thought is.
What?
I want to know what the exact thought is that the person is thinking, and how that's interpreted.
Are you asking me to do it?
Well, I'm asking whatever evidence convinced you to say it, because you said you only stand on what you can prove. If you can show that. Take your time.
Are you gonna need me to share my screen? I knew.
Yeah, here in a hot second. Hold on, I'm almost there.
Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so okay, I mean that's a cool one. So let me damn, I erased it. Let me put it back up again. Okay, let me.
In every debate, there's power, passion, and purpose.
Let me mute that.
Okay, so I'm finna share my screen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do it as you will. I mean, you ain't gotta believe it. You ain't gotta accept it. It's all on you. But information is what information is. Truth is our only ally. We have no other allies. So right here, this is just you see right now. I said scientists can now read thoughts. That's just what I put in. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is the AI overview, and then I'm gonna go down to the sources to show you the actual credible sources. Okay, it says yes, scientists have made significant progress in decoding thoughts using brain computer interfaces in AI, but reading them is not yet complete reality. Recent research have shown that it is possible to decode complex thoughts and speech from brain activity with high accuracy, particularly for people who are paralyzed and unable to communicate verbally. Methods and capabilities, brain implants, non-invasive techniques. It is also possible to decode thoughts using non-invasive methods like functional MRI or fMRI scans, which measure blood flow to the brain, and EEG machines, which measures electrical signals. The AI assistants, advanced AI models trained on this brain activity data to match patterns to words and ideas, allowing for the generation of text or speech from the brain's signals. Real-time decoding. Some AI systems can decode thoughts in real time, which has a potential to restore communication for those who have lost their ability to speak. This is all dealing with electromagnetism, right? It says current limitations. While the accuracy is improving, it is not perfect. For example, a recent study reported accuracy rate from 26% to 54%. 54% is pretty good. That's over half for transcribing inner speech. Individual differences. The effectiveness of these technologies can vary depending on the individual and the type of task. And the specific brain activity pattern being analyzed. I'm going to slide down here so you can see there's various science.org. They go livescience.com, popular mechanics, science news, like the list go on and on.
Yeah. So are you going to answer the question this time? Because
what do you mean answer the question? So,
one,
you let me sit there and read all that shit, and
it wasn't relevant to what I asked you. It wasn't relevant to what I asked you. You told me that.
How wasn't it?
Okay, well, because one, you're talking about inner speech. You're talking about inner speech that it could, with varying degrees of accuracy, right?
Well, what is inner speech?
Well, so one, an inner speech itself is not a thought. So speech is silent language, as opposed to a thought.
How do you have language without thought?
Can I please finish what I'm saying? So inner speech is silent language versus the thought is a mental event. So inner speech is so I may be thinking through words, something like
A
that.
mental event. What's a mental event, brother?
Um,
That's word
things that
salad.
occur in the mind that don't take the form of.
Brother,
I'm
we're
trying to
done.
answer.
You're being
I'm trying to tell you why you didn't answer my question, which my question was
we're
about.
done talking. I don't like talking to disingenuous people.
I'm not. There's nothing
Yeah, no,
disingenuous.
you're
I'm
being
trying to ask you a pointed
disingenuous.
question. What's disingenuous? I'm asking you
Dismissing
a
you at
question.
this point.
Let him get it out, Laurel. Let him get it out.
So, so for example, I may have a thought about moving my hand, and that never turns into anything vocal, or anything even in an inner vocal. This is basic. Anybody who has a thought, like I may think about grabbing a cup. I don't say to myself that I'm going to grab a cup, and I never say, "Hey, go ahead and grab the cup." That's not how a thought works. And but what I asked you was about your statement, one about thoughts being something electrical, as opposed to what I asked you was thoughts having some sort of electrical response. You can have an electrical response without having a thought. And for example, you might think, for example, that a person is dead and no longer conscious, and you can provoke an electrical thought. They'll have a flat electroencephalograph, meaning that they're dead, but I can put an electrical charge into the brain. That itself, that electrical charge itself, is not a thought, which is what you argued before. And so you argued that the thought is some sort of electrical response. And so to me that doesn't make any sense. And then two, you seem to think that by asking about scientists reading thoughts, inner speech or something like that, that has something to do with a thought, where thoughts are really different. I may think about walking. It doesn't mean that it's anything that's inner speech. So, but I want to go back to what I asked you. What's your evidence that the electrical, that whatever's going on electrical in the brain itself is the thought? And if so, all you have to do to be able to show this is when you show like the electrical response in the brain scan, tell me what the thought is. And if you had finished reading your AI overview, which I read it when it popped up, if you go back to it, what it actually said on the page is that it's more like something general. So like you may say this part of the brain lights up over here on love, but you can't tell what the thought is. The thought is going to be much more detailed and much more nuanced than saying this part of the brain lights up over here, which in itself is all based on theoretical brain models. Unless you thinking is true. This part of the brain lighting up when someone's thinking about love is not the thought itself. That person may be thinking about some loved one or some particular person or individual. And you're saying that because there's some electrical response, that electrical response is itself the thought. And that's a problem. So maybe this time you can focus on the question I asked you. Do you have any evidence that the electrical, whatever's going on that's electrical itself is the thought? Do you have any evidence to that effect? And we can still see your screen. You're just shuffling through things, and that I know you haven't read before, because they're turning purple as you click them now. But if you actually want to answer my question, I'm all ears.
Hey, I can't. They're turning purple as you click them.
So we know he's like these aren't things he's read. He's Googling and looking up things like as we speak. So the whole idea that we understand what we can
if you must know, I'm on my laptop.
Congratulations.
The only time I'm on my laptop is when I'm doing debates and shit like that, right? Or when I'm making graphic arts. Most of the other times, guess where I'm at? On my phone, idiot. So guess where you would see all of these.
Are we gonna start the name calling? Because I usually get in trouble if I start.
I'm just saying, like you just said.
Like, let's not call each other names. Let's not do that, Laurel.
What you just did was disrespectful, and you did that without even thinking that. Damn, maybe bro be on his phone doing that. Instead, you're gonna say this disrespectful ass.
Well,
shit.
I tell you what. You're welcome. Log in from your phone. Log in from your phone, and then let's see your search.
Brother, I already said I dismissed you. That's why I'm not answering your questions.
Well, I know you're not answering my question because you didn't answer in the first place.
Do you know what no means?
Yeah, I do know what no means.
Oh, okay,
but anyway,
I said no. We're done talking. I don't like disingenuous people.
A1. So
brother,
I want to respond when he's done. A1.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
A1, let me know when I can respond, brother.
Fuck off, brother.
I've never seen our new Kakerakt do that before.
Because
I say
because
lock up all support.
A1. Can I tell you something?
Talk to me.
It's been known for some time
Fuck
that
off.
there's a difference between brain responses and the mind for some time. Like it's been a very long time in science and philosophy of science and in psychology. It's been well known that there's a difference between those two things. And so
Right. Facts.
the idea that we're only standing on what we can show and prove, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like this is really interesting. And it's like the other thing that his other partner got in the comments and just said a second ago. I see he just joined the panel. That's also ridiculous. Saying had a thought ever been observed, right? Which is empirical, right? Outside of some sort of electrical response? Well, no, but that only means that they correlate. It doesn't mean that they're one and the same. The law of identity and logic governs here. He's saying that the thought is the other thing. The thought is the electrical response. If that's the case, then all you need to do is be able to show me, like you can hook someone up to you hook someone up, to an MRI.
Like Elon Musk, yeah, his Neuralink program.
Yeah.
Like
So you can hook
right.
someone up there, and then you can tell exactly what their thought is
Right.
by just simply looking at the electrical response, but it's not. Saying
Right.
that the two correlate, or saying that because it's explainable all these other ways that they correlate. Well, that doesn't mean that it's by law of identity that the thought is the electrical response. Because you can certainly observe electrical responses that aren't thoughts. So we know
True.
we're not talking about the law of identity here. So what do you mean? So that statement on its face is meaningless. So I just, and again, if anyone has ever, if you've ever read like just any sort of existential philosophy, like you understand that like lots of these debates happen, like even with Sigmund Freud and stuff, the confusion of the mind and the brain. And so again, you can have electricity without having a thought. And so saying that they're the same thing is nonsense. So what's the thought? If you hook up a person to some machine that says here's an electrical response, this part of the brain lights up. You can say, well, this part most commonly lights up with what we associate with love, but that it lights up for other reasons as well in the same region. So it's not love, and you can't tell what the person's thinking. You can't tell what their thought is. It's just saying that it lights up when there is a thought in that region. So, but we also know that you can put electrical charge and it'll light up without a thought there because the person's dead. Okay, person can have a flat electroencephalograph, and we know that there's no thought there because there's no consciousness there. So that's not saying anything. And again, and this is it's just I don't know. I don't know what the dispute is here, but I just wanted to know if he could show that. I don't know.
It sounds like you're making another straw man argument. What it sounds like.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying it was just a long-winded straw man argument. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't recall any of us in Naga saying that the thought and the thought was the electrical signal. We always tell you that they are correlated. You can't show me where we've observed someone having a thought without an electrical signal. So that's why I type what I type in the comments. Because I'm wondering where that disingenuous question comes from, because we have never heard any of us make that claim.
So if I play it back to you that he said it right now, will you shoot yourself? Because he said it. I didn't make it up. He said it. So maybe he needs to walk that back, but he said it. So I have another screen pulled up here. If you give me just a few seconds, I'll go on mute. I'll find the spot where he said it, and I'll play it back to you, because what you just said, he did that none of you ever said. He just said it. So let me ask you, what are the stakes here? If I show you that he said what you just said that none of you say, what do I get?
You get to pay my brother that money you owe.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna chase it. Okay, cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna find the spot he said it, and then I'm gonna ask to share my screen, and then we're gonna play it. And then I'm gonna later come back and clip. I'm gonna clip you saying that none of you have ever said it, and I'm gonna clip him saying it. And I'm just gonna play it on a loop for like 5 minutes. And then every time I enter a show, I'm just gonna play it, because that doesn't make any goddamn sense. He said it. So give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna be on mute.
Shot.
This is getting interesting, huh?
Yeah.
This is really getting interesting. This is an unexpected twist. Man, A1, man, you really know how to. Man, A1, you really know how to host a space, bro.
It's really not unexpected, because this the same brother that was on call with us a few weeks ago, disagreeing that quarks have charge, telling us no, it was no, neurons don't have charge. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're neurons. When neurons have equal amounts of negative and positive charge.
Neutron. Neutron.
Yeah, the neutron. You know what I'm saying? The neuron on my head because you gonna show us a thought without a neuron firing? That's my question to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're separating the two as if they're not distinct. We're not
And,
making that distinction.
okay, and there was a there was what was that you said, brother Ruben, about we looking at creating a thought without neurons firing? Was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
hey,
interesting to see that.
brother Sneak, can you read this part right here where I got highlighted?
Let me see.
Read that.
Then Leandre must not be hip to the electromagnetic theories of consciousness because that's a real thing as well.
Can you read that for me, Sadiq?
Yeah, let me see here. It says I'm using my finger to stretch the screen open. It says here, said what it says what is the BCI and neural code decoding can currently do and what may be possible soon. At the let me see at the most general level. Let me see. It says here I got to pull it. Neurotechnologies work by recording electrical activity. Let me zoom in the brain and applying various processes to the outputs obtained. Recording can happen within. Let me see, I'm doing this all manually. Let me zoom and stretch the screen open. The brain itself via macroscopic or microscopic intercerebral and intercortical probes on its going left to right on this one like an etch a sketch surface with electrocardiography or ECOG from non-invasive electro or magneto encephalography or EEG. Yeah, we use those in the medical industry. We're quite familiar with those.
Hey,
Recording devices positioned over the head and all types of brain recordings can be correlated with a variety of physical and cognitive activity. Yeah, that's kind of what the guy was talking about. It seemed from what I gather. I don't know. He want to see if it's a certain electrical signature, be it EEG or whatever, etc., that
I
would
mean,
correlate to a specific thought, and if the thought changes, with the signature change as well to create a unique thumb digital footprint, is what I'm gathering. And he's having issue acquiring that proof, is what I gather. I
yeah,
don't know if that.
that's on that man. I'm not going to go do that footwork for him, but
Yeah, that's a lot going on there.
yeah, I mean, obviously the technology exists, right? Scientists create new tech that can read people's minds. I mean, like this is what they saying. I'm not saying the shit. I'm not making it up. You see, I'm just reading the technology as it unfolds in front of us, and I'm just reading it, and this is what it's telling us. You know what I'm saying? So you could think it's pseudo, or maybe you just don't like the way that I said it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Maybe you
yeah.
just
I
trying to
wasn't sure. I
kill
was just listening. I don't really. He was going that he came. My dude came out. I saw you said it was a previous history there, huh?
I mean, what he's saying sounds nice, but it's like though at the end of the day, all he doing is word salad. What is a mental moment? What is that? What is a mental phenomenon? What is that? You mean a thought, nigga? You mean
Right,
electrical?
right.
You talk about electrical processes going on, and you're calling them so you know what? Shut up talking, and that's why I shut him down. Like you know what? We're done talking because now you're gonna be disingenuous in front of all these people, and you think you're gonna sit here and fast talk them or play on their intelligence. You're not gonna play on my intelligence. I'm not gonna allow you. So that's why I stopped him in his tracks. No, I'm not. I'm not answering nothing you're saying because you're being disingenuous. When you know for a fact that your thoughts are electrical signals. For instance, watch this. What are thoughts?
Who's that? Wait, who's that for, brother?
Uh,
Oh, you're just asking generally, like this in general,
Here,
or so by anybody?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Look, what are thoughts made of? You see that complex of electrochemical? Oh shit! Fuck, damn. We can't even. We hold on. Maybe if I pray real hard, that should have changed. Nope. Thoughts are made of complex, so it's a complex electrochemical processes going on in the brain. Now, you know the funny thing about chemicals? Oh yeah, that's right. You can't have fucking chemicals without the electromagnetic force.
I'm ready,
So,
by the way, whenever y'all are.
oh yeah. So you see, it says a complex electrochemical processes in the brain, specifically the electrical and chemical signals that pass between billions of neurons. These signals are not static, but a form of dynamic, intricate patterns of neural activity that are influenced by sensory input, memories, and emotions, while thoughts are physical phenomenon rooted in the brain activity. They are also concepts and ideas that are not made of matter.
Wow. Wow. So it goes beyond photons. Now let me know when you're ready. I have it up here.
You say go beyond photons. What you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. You see how it says ideas that are not made. It says they are also concepts and ideas that are not made of matter in the way the physical
Yeah,
objects.
yeah.
You see that part? Now, one, this is an AI
Yeah.
overview. I was hoping that you would give some like. I watched as you scroll through the page here, and you went through several like pop articles, medium.com, stuff like that. I didn't know if you were going to pull up a study or something, but it's really not where I go like for science stuff. But either way, I don't do like AI overviews, and either way, none of them has
That's
helped
you.
me
I
so
mean,
far.
all those AI overviews got sources. Do you want psychology?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but again, listen. If you click that article, go ahead and click that article.
Which one do you want? You want MIT? Which one you want?
Yeah.
MIT saying
You
the
certainly
same
click it.
shit.
Yeah, go ahead and click it.
MIT saying the same shit.
Go ahead, cool. Because we know you read it. Go ahead.
Say the same shit, bro. So
cool.
you just jerking yourself off.
Okay, now, so do you want to hear yourself saying what
and it's disgusting. You need to stop.
Do you want to hear what
you need to stop it, brother. You need to stop it. Like
so you are arguing right now.
Man. This is MIT.
Okay, that's fine.
Are you you saying fuck? So you saying fuck MIT? So what? Let's see. It said when you read these words for examples, the photons. Let me read it again. It says when you read these words, for example, the photons associated with the patterns of the letters hit your retina, and their energy triggers an electrical signal in the light detecting cells. In the light detecting.
Wait. It triggers
the
an
electrical signal.
It triggers an electrical signal.
Brother.
Wait. I'm curious.
The electrical signal propagates like a wave along the long threads called axons. That are part of the connections between neurons. When these signals, what signals are the electrical signals? These electrical signals they're talking about that you claim the thoughts that there aren't thoughts, right? It says when these signals reach the end of the axons, it causes the release of chemical neurotransmitters into
wait. That's crazy.
A chemical junction between the axon tip and the target neuron. Target neuron responds to its own electrical signal. You know what? I'm done, bro.
Okay, I know you're done. I know you're done. You don't want to continue reading that.
That's why I just don't like.
You don't want to continue reading it for some reason. Why is that? Anyway, so just out of curiosity, do you want to see the video of you saying that your thoughts are just electrical signals? I have it up. Okay, well, I'm gonna share it anyway. Anyone, you let me know when I can play it because I just told you
I'm good.
That's fine, but I was just told you didn't say this. Where it is? Okay, let me see. Okay. A1, let me know when I can play this, and then we'll play it because I was just told he didn't say this, and we're just gonna play it back.
A1, that's why I said, bro, I don't like that old disingenuous ass.
A1, you there?
My bad. I was trying to talk on mute the whole time. I'm thinking y'all.
Yeah. So I got it up. So let me know you're ready. We're gonna be playing your own content here.
I ain't like that type of shit for real.
Okay, so let's go ahead and play it.
It's all the same thing. And like I said, once you
can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
Get it fixated in your mind that your thoughts themselves are just electrical signals, which means your body.
I'm sorry. Let's play that again. Let me take it off 2 times playback speed. Let's go back.
And it's all of the same thing. And like I said, once you get it fixated in your mind that your thoughts themselves are just electrical signals.
Your thoughts are just electrical signals. That's what he said. Research
Hey,
thoughts
share
against electrical
my
signals.
screen. Share my screen.
If that's the case, then all you have to do to prove it is when you plug someone up to a machine, tell me what they're thinking. What you read on your first AI overview is different because it
You're not
said on
sharing
the
your
first AI
screen.
overview,
There you go.
it said on the first AI overview itself that it's more than just an electrical signal. Okay? If that is the case, then you should be able to hook someone up to a machine and tell me what they're thinking.
Bro, they do hook people up to machines and do that shit.
And you know exactly what my thought is?
Brother,
You know exactly what my thought is?
You're being disingenuous. And
no, there's no being disingenuous. I was just told you didn't even say
I don't own one of the machines. This is MIT. This is MIT talking to you. And they're telling you when you read these words and the X, Y, and Z, they're telling you that they're electrical signals.
That it triggers an electrical signal. It
bro,
says it right there.
And they telling you that the neurons are firing their own electrical signals.
Right.
I'm gonna
go back to it again.
Can you explain to us what a thought is beyond the electrical signal?
Right. What is it?
Yeah. So you're gonna have things like reasoning, stuff like that. There, you're gonna have emotions.
Reasoning.
Reasoning. I'm in the middle trying to answer. You're gonna let me answer the question. So anyway, so you'll have
like
reasoning
come from a thought process.
Oh my goodness, am I gonna be able to answer? You asked me a question. I'm trying to answer. I don't think you're prepared for me to answer the question, but I'm trying to answer.
Wouldn't reason be the result of a thought process?
No. So it's part of a thought process. It's part of the thought process.
Oh, so reasoning is part of the thought process.
Yes. It's one of the elements of a thought process. So, for example, like it just says right there, like it talks about belief. And anyway, so I'm trying to answer your question. So you'll have things like imagery. Most human thinking is going to be referential. So there's going to be some point of reference that you're going to make. It's usually why we make analogies and stuff like that when we're thinking. You're going to have like reasoning stuff's going to be there. You have emotion, you'll have intuition, you'll have pattern recognition, you'll have some things like inner speech and stuff like that. So these are parts of the thing that makes up a thought. These things are not an electrical charge. They may result in an electrical charge, and just like what you're getting when you come across, you're reading something on a page. I'm not disputing that there's some correlation between some electrical charge and a thought process. I'm not disputing that.
Thanks. Okay.
But that's not what I'm saying. I am saying, however, so in human mind, you may have some correlation. I'm in the middle of trying to answer. My God, why can't you listen to what I'm saying? My God, I'm trying to answer the question. I'm still trying to answer the question. Why won't you let me answer the question? You had ample opportunity to Google, and I'm trying to answer your question. What the thought is?
Show us that shit.
I am trying to answer the question. Oh my God.
Where's this thought at?
Why can't I answer a question?
Void of electromagnetic energy, bro.
Who said it was ever void? Like, that's a straw man.
We find this.
I was just told that you never made the statement.
Your question was a straw man.
Oh my God! Why can't I answer? Why am I not allowed to answer?
You asked a straw man argument, and now you're trying.
Everyone wants to use logical language. No one cares about using it properly. Why is that? I was in the middle trying to answer.
Hold on. Let me share my screen right quick.
No, we don't need to share screen. I was in the middle of talking. Why does everyone want to do things?
Hold on, y'all can't jump on him like that, y'all. He was almost finished.
The Royal Rumble up in
He asking for it. It's like Leandre been barking up this tree a long time. You know what I'm saying? Then he threw shots at King Naga first. So guess what? He fair game, right?
Okay, so but I was asked a question, and no one wants to let me answer.
Right. And you made a statement.
Is there a reason that you asked me? I'm trying to answer a question. Why don't you people want to? Oh my God!
A statement that reasoning is.
I don't care what it said. AI overview. Oh my God!
You
made oh my God! Like, what is wrong with
Sergeant, what is
you made a statement, brother. You don't
from credible sources. And when you scroll down, it's going to show you the exact.
Don't get triggered, brother.
Don't get triggered. I'm sorry, but Google Gemini.
I Google.
It's not your enemy, bro.
Because you made a statement that
show me on the dog where the AI touched you.
Bro, AI, bro, listen, you Naga niggas love AI, but I'm sorry. It is literally not. It's literally not.
AI.
This is nothing but an overview. This is nothing but an overview of Google results. It's not.
Let's go one at a time, guys. Let's do one at a time.
I was talking. They won't be quiet. They don't want to hear anything.
Go ahead, Sergeant Waters.
Some black unity in here. Can we get one mic? Let's go.
Yeah, you know, I waited till it was silent. You know what I'm saying?
There
Before I
was no
started
silence.
talking.
I've been talking the
And
whole
all I
time.
asked,
Go
all
ahead
I
and start
asked,
off
all
Sergeant
I asked was to
Waters,
share my screen. You know what I'm
and
saying?
then
I
you
was
have
talking
to.
when you asked to share your screen. What are you
All I
talking about?
asked,
Are you
brother,
high?
man, no, you
Are you
Lavelle,
wasn't,
high?
start off
man.
Sergeant Waters.
Shut up.
It's on
I
Sergeant
waited till that
Waters.
brother
Are
responded
you
to
high?
you.
I was talking when you
I
said it.
waited.
Bro,
I
that's why
waited
he
till that
got his
brother
screen up
responded
because
to
he
you,
talking.
brother,
Shut up, man.
Are you
and
high?
after he responded to you, then I spoke
Oh
up
my
and asked you
God!
to
I
share
was
my
talking.
screen, bro.
I was talking the
Why
whole
you got a
time. Are you
problem
high?
with me googling the words
Right,
that's
that's
coming
the
out your
problem.
mouth?
He
Are you
talking.
on drugs?
Sergeant Waters was
Why?
talking, y'all. Let's let Sergeant Waters land his plane.
I just want to
Go
know
ahead,
why the
Cat.
brother
Cut him
got
off.
a
Yeah, man,
problem
his
with
And
me
I
plane
do
googling.
been
have your
crashed
screen
long time
pulled up,
ago,
King
bro.
Let's
Naga.
let Sergeant Waters land the
Right
plane.
after Sergeant Waters lands his plane, you have the floor.
Again, I was asked what a thought was. I tried to explain what a thought was. I tried to explain the things that make up a thought. Okay, but here's the issue. One of the biggest issues here is that these Naga dudes are under the impression that like it's AI. And AI is giving you an overview of Google results and stuff like that. This isn't research. This isn't philosophy of what a thought is. This isn't philosophy of mind. This isn't psychology. These niggas are legit just Googling stuff and then telling and then they're Googling things multiple times in multiple ways, reading articles for the first time, and then like trying to like propagate stuff that they just read 2 seconds ago. They don't understand the concepts. He said that the thought is the electrical is the electrical charge essentially. And in which case, all he has to do to show that is tell me what a person's thinking when you see the neurons fire. But you don't know what that is. You may tell me that the person's thinking of love, but who are they thinking of loving? Are they thinking of loving a child, an adult, thinking of loving a TV, right? But that part of the brain may fire for multiple reasons. These things don't make any sense. So I get it. Like you want to read like pop culture, like really fast articles and stuff that don't really get into anything, but a thought is really something. And I wish you niggas could think, because then you could answer my goddamn question. So please go ahead and read your AI overviews that you think mean something in this world. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Well,
You
first
just
of
wasted
all,
all that time. You say
for the
absolutely
listening viewers, what me and Laurel are talking about does not fall in the field of psychology. That's one. You should have knew that as a double master degree having scholar, right? You should have knew that what we're talking about falls up under neurology and not psychology. That's number one.
Then why was he on the
number,
psychology page earlier?
I didn't cut you off.
You're a goddamn lie if you didn't cut me off. You're a goddamn lie if you didn't.
I didn't cut you off, brother.
You're a goddamn lie.
I waited till you said
You're a goddamn lie.
I waited till you said for me to go.
Right, you niggas are high. You niggas have to be on drugs.
And you made
This
a
is terrible.
statement.
You're out of
This is
control.
terrible.
Stop raging.
You made
Let's hear
the
Brother Ruben
statement.
out.
You made the statement that reasoning isn't a thought, isn't the result of a thought process, and you separated reasoning from an electrical signal in the brain. So I googled.
No, I didn't.
Exactly that. Yes, you did.
I said that they correlate. What are you talking about?
Bruh, did you not separate reasoning from thought in order to
You just said that I separated. You just said that I separated reasoning.
You separated reasoning from thought. You said reasoning was not the result of a thought.
I didn't separate them. I said that it's part of a thought. I said it's part of a thought.
I asked you, is reasoning part of a thought process? You said no.
Why are you lying? Do you want me to play it back again? Are you on drugs? We can play it back.
Answer that question.
Are you on drugs?
So I googled. Is reasoning the result of a thought process?
A1, do not delete this recording. I'm going to make myself.
I thought he said it was part of the thought process.
I said it was part of a thought. I said it.
He said reasoning, emotion, and was it some other stuff? Deductive.
I said it pointedly. I don't know.
It was like about 4 or 5 things or something like that.
I clearly asked the brother, does reasoning result from a thought process? He said no. No,
okay, I missed that.
Answer.
Oh my goodness!
I missed. I didn't hear it. Maybe.
No, listen. You. The problem is that you have to actually comprehend.
No, the problem is you shouldn't. Instead of you spoke before you thought. When I asked you that question.
Oh my goodness! This is really bad. Like this is really bad because everyone on the call is grown and most of you are 40 plus.
You gave me to the question I asked.
Y'all are 40 plus doing this. This is
then
insane.
You turned around and said reasoning is part of a thought process. That was the same moment. Like
yes, I said it's part of a thought process. I said visual images. I talked about abstract. I talked about emotions.
Listen, when you say no to that question I asked, it does reasoning result from a thought process? When you say no, then turn around and say that reasoning is the part of the thought process. That's the same thing you was doing when we was talking about the neutron, and you saying, oh, it don't have no charge. When it have equal, when it's neutral because it has equal amounts of positive and negative charge. But you said no, we were wrong.
No,
and then turn around and admit that we were right because it does has equal amounts of positive and negative charge. This was another one of those moments because I specifically asked you, does reasoning result from a thought process, to which you answered no, then turned right around and told us that reasoning is part of the thought process.
No, I said originally that reasoning is part of what a thought is. That's what I said, and I know you don't comprehend this topic.
Well.
If y'all are depending on AI overviews,
when I Googled this shit,
a robot's understanding of what's on Google. I know
when I Googled this shit, it say reasoning is a result of a thought process and is directly tied to electrical signals in the brain. That's what the information is saying.
They correlate, or that they're the same.
Listen, the information is saying yes, reasoning is a result of a thought process. Do you understand that portion of the statement?
That's facts.
Was there anywhere that I said the reasoning was not part of a thought?
You said no.
If I play it back,
does not result.
I'm asking. Listen, if I play it back and I said
that what you said twice.
Anywhere, you can shoot yourself anywhere. But if I play it back and I said it's part of a thought, will you shoot yourself?
Keep on reading what it say. What it say?
I'm asking. I'm trying to get a bet.
This is
if I play it back and I said
that you don't need a master's degree to beat somebody up intellectual when they got two.
Oh my God.
Hey, Ruben, read the last sentence in that paragraph. Read that.
Listen,
I'm gonna read the whole paragraph.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna read the whole.
Read the whole paragraph, bro.
I'm gonna read the whole paragraph. Yes, reasoning is a result of a thought process, which you say no to, Leandre, and is directly tied to electrical signals in the brain.
It says reasoning is the result of a thought process, meaning that thoughts come before reasoning.
The broader cognitive process, while reasoning is a core component of it, involving the use of logic to draw conclusions and solve problems. This mental activity, Leandre, is made possible by the electrochemical communication between the brain's neurons, which is exactly what Laurel just told you.
Wait. No, he didn't say that. He said that the electrical
explain to us.
Explain to us. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Explain to us what electrochemical mean, Leandre.
But wait.
Explain to us what it.
First of all,
can you explain, brother?
Yes, I'm going to answer.
Explain to us what electrochemical is. What's that?
Listen. Yes, watch this. Here's the issue. He said that the electrical charge is the thought, not that they correlate. Not that you need to have the electrical in order to have a thought, right? He said that the electrical is the thought. That's law of identity. That's saying that the electrical itself is a thought. That means that whenever you have electricity, it is a thought. I get that you all aren't thinking this deep, but that's what he said. He said the electrical is a thought. Not that you need the electricity in order to have a thought, right? That you can't have someone brain dead and then have a thought. That's fine. You can't have no brain activity and have a thought. That's fine. You also can't just have the electrical and then have a thought, because guess what? There's no consciousness. So what's missing there? You apparently need them all.
What you're doing is like separating electricity from magnetism.
Oh my God!
It's literally what you're doing.
No, you all don't understand the law of identity. This is why
you're doing something. What you're doing is like separating electricity from magnetism, Leandre.
Yes, it is exactly like that. And those are separate.
Shut my screen, bro. Shut my screen.
Oh my God!
Are you saying that electricity?
Here's another AI overview.
Would you like to debate? Would you like to debate whether or not electricity and magnetism are two sides of the same goddamn coin?
Wait, two sides of the same coin or the same thing? Are they the same thing?
So right here,
a quarter is a quarter.
No. That's not what I asked you.
Is the head of a quarter not the?
Are they 100%? No. Listen. I'm asking you about the law of identity. I'm asking you a question.
Let's hear one at a time, guys.
He won't let me answer his question he asked.
Go ahead.
Are you arguing that electromagnetism in and of itself is one and the same, is a one-to-one correlation between electromagnetism and light? Yes or no?
I'm arguing that electromagnetism is
That's a yes or no? Are you arguing if they're the same?
I
He
am
asking you is it light
arguing.
electromagnetism,
I am
bro.
arguing that electromagnetism is a unified force, and
That's
you
not what I'm
cannot
asking you.
separate the two. You
Oh my
asked me what
God!
I'm
Listen to the
arguing.
question.
You
Listen
asked
to
me
my
what I'm
question.
arguing, and I'm telling
Oh
you
my
what
God.
I'm arguing. Now you don't want to hear that answer.
I asked you a yes or no question. It's not that difficult because when
What?
you say this is what I told you all. The first time I interact with
You
you all,
asked me what were you arguing?
the very first time I interact with you all, I explained to you all. You all are using the law of identity, and then you don't mean that it's the law of identity and logic. If I say A is equal to B and B is equal to C, that means A is equal to
I don't
C.
give a fuck about none of
Right.
that shit.
Okay,
Man,
oh my
look,
God.
Unreal, bro.
So listen,
That's
so if you
what-
say
that's-
God
that's
is light,
much worse.
right?
Y'all see my
If you're saying
screen,
God
right?
is light, right?
Y'all see-
That is
y'all
A
see
is
my
equal
screen,
to
man. Be
B.
quiet,
And then you're
Sergeant
saying
Water.
that light is electromagnetism. That's saying that B is equal to C.
That's
That
what-
means
that's what
that
light
means
is.
that God is
Who's this
electromagnetism.
Who's
That's
this
what
Satan?
they're arguing.
Have you
Oh
ever
my
heard?
God.
Have you
Brother, we
ever
trying
heard?
to
Go
move
and
on,
record.
brother.
Go and
I
record.
know you want to
what
move
heard.
on. And I tell you what, y'all go ahead and move on.
brother.
But again,
brother,
here's
just like you went,
I
just like
think we
you
all see
went
the
back and
problem.
recorded.
Let's hear it
Can
one
you
at a
go-
time, guys.
Can you go and record and play for us what Naga have made the statement? God is electromagnetism.
I just told you that your statement, God is light, light is
I'm
electromagnetism.
asking you.
I'm
Can you
telling
go
you,
find
it's
a
on the
recording
screen right now.
screenshot of a
Hey, I tell
statement
you what,
of
here's I can show you.
saying
Hey,
when
A1,
Naga
stop sharing
made
this
the
screen. Let me answer the
statement,
question.
God is electromagnetism.
Good, watch this. Hey, A1, stop sharing
Let's
the
see
screen.
it.
That receipt.
Stop sharing the screen. I'm going to show it to you
Let's
right
see
now.
it, Sergeant Waters.
Hey,
Drop that.
move
I'm
the
about to
screen to
stop
the side.
sharing my. I'm about to stop
Hey,
sharing my
A1,
screen.
move all
so you can
images
drop
to
that
the
receipt.
side.
Back up. I'm not done. He just keep over
A1,
talking.
move all the stuff to the side. You see right here where it says, God is light.
And try to
Now you
control
see
the
how, now watch
conversation.
this.
I
The law
have
of
my
identity.
screen
When
up
you
first,
say
then
God
you
is
gotta
light,
sit down and sit your ass down and wait your damn turn. That's what
okay,
you
watch this.
Yeah,
Watch
it's
this.
a period after
I'm
that.
trying to
You
answer
see
the
that
question.
period? You don't see that
I'm
period
trying to answer
after
the
that
question.
sentence?
Let's see it, Leandre.
Yeah. So
Okay, I'm trying to answer the question. They won't be quiet.
You see a period?
Put my
I just
screen
want to know
back
if you see
up.
that
Hey,
period
no,
after
it's
that
on the
sentence.
screen right now. I'm showing you where they made the
Put my
argument.
screen
It's on the
back up.
screen.
Let me
I
get my
want to see if
screen
you
back
see a
up.
period after that sentence, Leandre.
Watch
Do you see a
this.
period right now?
Why won't y'all shut up? Why won't you
Hey,
shut
man,
up?
put my screen back
I'm
up.
trying to
Brother
explain.
Ruben.
You took my screen down because
I'm trying to answer the question.
After that statement,
I'm trying to answer the question. Are you going to answer the question?
The information.
It's on the screen.
let's see
It
if you're
says right here.
I don't see nothing.
Let's see if you're
Okay, watch. Wait. They won't let me answer.
punctuation of
There's
sentences.
nothing
They won't let me
there.
answer.
Brother, there's nothing there. I'm
Is there
sure.
a period
If y'all
after
shut
that
up, I
sentence
can
that
explain
says
it.
God is light?
It's on the screen right now. If it
Hey,
says
there-
A is B,
Is
oh my God.
there a
Oh my
period
God.
after
Why won't y'all shut up?
God is
You don't
light,
see
bro?
none of that shit.
Come
Okay.
on, King Naga. Come
Okay,
on,
come on,
Abdul.
guys.
Let him
Let's
get
do
it out.
one at a time.
It's 2-on-1, y'all. It's
Let's
2-on-1.
go one at a time.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, I don't see anything but
There's
the
nothing
thing.
fucking there. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Let's.
And why did my screen get took down for his? Fuck this nigga.
No.
Fuck
Listen.
this nigga.
No.
Put my
Hey,
screen
listen.
back
A1, put it back. Put it
Nah,
back.
shut up. You
I'm
gonna
trying
wait
to show
your
something.
turn. You gonna wait your turn. You keep on cutting in and out. You being disruptive. You don't have no
I'm being
goddamn
disruptive.
decorum, and you're disingenuous. Shut your
A1, can you put the thing back?
Shut
I
up.
want to show him something.
Shut your mouth, brother, and let us continue on with the
Okay,
conversation.
now listen. A1, now all you got to do is
Just
listen.
be quiet.
Take that off. I want to show something.
Just mute your mic. You don't have to do that.
It's saying right now on the
You
screen.
don't have to act like a child. You don't have to do this. Like,
Bro,
we just
can
had
you
a
shut
whole
up?
Debate. We just had a whole debate, bro.
A1, you got to manage your platform better, DMG. Listen, here's the thing.
Bro,
Here's
Call me
the
DMG.
thing.
Oh my God. Oh no. Let me jump a bomb.
And
on
you
that
you
one.
have a
Call me
Leandre throwing out
DMG. I
strays.
gotta do better.
Now, there is on the screen, it says God is light. Light is electromagnetism. If I say A is B and B is C, or A is equal to B and B is equal to C, that's saying that A is equal to C.
True.
This is called transitive relation. Okay? On the screen right now, where it says God is light, light is electromagnetism, this is the transitive property. We learned this in mathematics. We learned this in logic. If God is light and light is electromagnetism, you know what that means? God is
electromagnetism. Right.
And so
okay.
this
What's
is
the
what
point,
they're
Leandre?
arguing.
Go ahead.
So when they say, when did they ever make that argument that God is electromagnetism? It's right on the goddamn screen. This is the transitive property that everyone who took mathematics in high school knows. Now, they don't know this because they struggle through mathematics or something, right? But that's what this argument is. It's what it is logically. If God is light and light is electromagnetism, and God is electromagnetism.
Okay.
So I don't know why they're saying they didn't make the argument when all of us, if you graduated high school and you did and you went to a school that was at least like I was in California, you had to pass the California high school exit exam. And so you had to show proficiency in mathematics to graduate. So I know this, and everyone who graduated in my class also knows exactly what this is. So I don't know why you're saying they're not making the argument, because that's exactly the same. So they're saying God is electromagnetism. Electromagnetism is itself God. And so if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, that means A is equal to C because they're all equal.
They agree. They agree with you, Leandre.
No, they don't agree. What did he just? He just said that Naga doesn't make that argument. That God is electromagnetism.
It's written on the background on the meme.
What Naga says is
What?
God is
What?
light.
Hey, I want an apology. I want an apology when he says this.
Listen, God is light. There's a period after that. Do you see that period right there? Did you not learn about punctuation on your way to a master's degree?
I want an apology when he's done with this.
Did you not learn about punctuation? Did you not learn about punctuation on your way to a master's degree? Because there's a period after God is light. There's a period there for a reason. That's theology. That's a universal theological concept. Light is electromagnetism. That's a fundamental fact of physics. And what our argument is that this is the tangible evidence of God. This is the proof that God exists. That is why we don't make the argument that God is electromagnetism. We only make the argument.
Are you going to apologize to me, sir?
We only make the argument for the tangible evidence of God that we have found, that we have discovered, and the only tangible evidence you have of God, Leandre, exists within the pages of a goddamn book from the Bronze Age.
Let me ask you this, Brother Reuben. To Leandre's credit, you would disagree with him reading the sentence straight off the meme saying God is light, period. We put a period there. And so it doesn't negate the next sequence of sentence coming up. And then God is light, and then in turn, right? Well, we agree to add, we can add in turn in there. Give that light is electromagnetism. I have no problem with that with Leandre's reasoning in that regard. And so ultimately, God would be electromagnetism if it's light. You can even twist it around in different directions and make the same.
Yeah, you say magnetism is light.
Right. You can just flip it around. Right. I can agree with that. Yeah. What you think, Ruben?
Man, what I think is he's just another person trying to chop and screw and remix the premise. And the premise
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
And the premise is a two-part premise. You know what I'm saying? And it has been that for the better part of 5 years. And he wants to conflate the two. You know what I'm saying? So he can have an argument saying that y'all are conflating religion and science. When we are not conflating the two, we're just showing the point where religion and science converge. And this is one of those convergence points. It has other convergence points outside of what we're actually saying. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to say that we're making electromagnetism God, that's on you. That's your opinion. That's what you feel. You know what I'm saying? Based on your own belief. You know what I'm saying? It's like this guy come at us trying to throw his master's degrees around, but then some of the shit he say out his mouth don't stand up to a simple Google search. You know what I'm saying? Then you get mad at the Google.
Yeah. I gotta agree to that a little bit. Yeah.
It's like, man, what we doing?
I think he took off. I think he had enough.
I don't know, gentlemen. I see the point that he was making though.
I can follow him with the name of the with the slogan, but he did get pissed off when the Naga brought up the facts on that Google search. Yeah,
because
which kind of did right. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, brother. It's your spot. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just thinking. It made me think of the Face Off because they were debating on even putting magnetism in. Well, they weren't debating. I knew it was adamant on it. But Kosmon was like, we don't need that. He was like, because light is electromagnetism. So why do we need to say electromagnetism if light is electromagnetism? And he was like, just say God is light and leave it at that. But then they agreed to just put it in there since it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it's a two-part understanding that that we acquire. You know what I'm saying, through our own comparative research, and it's like a lot of these people in the Abrahamic faith are for the most part, the ones challenging. And honestly, it has been less Muslims who have challenged the idea. You know what I'm saying, and it's our way to understand God. You know what I'm saying? It was proof to us that God is real and exists outside the pages of the books that they try to beat people over the head with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so
I
they
mean,
fight
yeah.
us tooth and nail, proving no, God don't exist outside this book.
So I do object. I only came back because it was said erroneously that I got upset with the results of the Google search. I'm not upset with the results of Google search. I object to Google AI overviews as opposed to reading through things that are actually there. Um, Google AI overviews Gemini is not a valid source for anything. It's just not. Neither are pop articles. What's supposed to be put forth when someone keeps talking about people with master's degrees. I did a little differently in terms of stuff. So there was no being upset
Okay.
with Google search results. I don't know why it was framed that way, but that was ridiculous.
Well, I didn't mean to say about that like that, then, Leandre, man. If you took it that way, I would just, I can add this, maybe smooth it out better. So given that there was other articles, from what I've seen, that still kept the similar narrative points, talking points intact, similar to the Google search, the AI summary or whatever. Um, how would you say? Did you see anything else that any other sources that still echo the same logic that was found in the AI summary that you would agree with?
Well, yes. Well, one, the very first AI summary that was brought up, the very last sentence of it that Laurel brought up, said the exact opposite of what later ones did. And this is the problem with just Googling things. You're going to get a plethora of different responses. You'll get things that aren't peer reviewed, that aren't checked. You might have someone who even writes for a school. It might be an undergraduate writer, something like that, publishing something, but it's really not saying much of anything. So there is certain weight and credibility that we give to certain sources, but even within those, because everyone is going to agree that none of these sources are infallible, they do need to be checked still. And so when I ask a very basic question that gets to the heart of the issue, is if you look at a brain scan, can you tell me what I'm thinking of? Not tell me a general idea that I'm thinking that this portion of the brain typically lights up, which is subject to certain theories of the brain, and there's various viable theories of different parts of the brain and how they work. Anyone tells you that there's just one is lying. But even if you accept it, that you can't tell me what my thought is, you might say that this part typically lights up over here when someone's thinking of love, but it could be love and any number of other things, other possibilities. But what's my thought? What am I thinking of exactly? If it lights up on the machine, and you know that I'm doing some critical reasoning. Let's say my prefrontal cortex lights up, and I'm using logic. Well, what exactly am I reasoning through? What am I saying? What's my thought? What am I thinking? That was a very fundamental, very basic question. What is my actual thought? Not what lights up. What do we believe part of the brain that we believe lights up when a person is thinking of some particular larger category? But what's my actual thought? Like if the part of my brain lights up, and it's it's the part that lights up about arousal. Well, who am I being aroused by? Who am I thinking of at that moment? Am I thinking of, like, I don't know, a sexy coworker who double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon? Like what?
I think I
Who,
see where you're going, Leandre. Well, you want this thing to be pretty comprehensive in its result. It's achieving the results, huh? So to not
exactly.
All while
leave any
pushing a
question on the
finite
table.
book that's trapped in the
As
all
opposed
while
to
pushing a finite God that's trapped in the pages of a
as
book.
opposed to the idea that as opposed to the
I think
idea
we'll
that
get there in the future. Uh,
well. I
we'll,
mean,
we'll give you that level
Yeah,
of
cause, there
sophistication.
are, cause look,
you
Sadiq,
have more hope. Well,
there
you have more
is a
hope than I
such
do
thing as
because
electromagnetic
I don't
theories
know
of
how that's
consciousness.
possible.
That's a real thing.
I
That's a
listen.
real thing.
Right, true.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like he's asking for something that hasn't been observed. You know what I'm saying? And we're saying that a thought has never been observed without electrical signals. You know what I'm
and no
saying?
one's disputing that.
You can't
That's
dispute
not
that.
in dispute.
You can't dispute that. So you're
Of
asking
course,
us.
why would I?
You're asking us for proof of what has yet to be discovered in the
I'm
field of
asking for proof of what
neurology,
was stated. What was
brain,
stated was that a thought
neuroscience, and
is
you're
unlimited
asking
tangible
us
property.
for proof of something that has never been observed.
Well, listen, I'm sorry, but what I'm asking for is proof of what was stated. It was stated that a thought is the
what
electrical
you,
signal.
bruh,
Can I please finish my sentence?
what the man
Can I
is
please finish my
saying
sentence? I'm in the middle of
is
trying to finish
they
my
are.
argument. He said
That's
that a
why I
thought is
use
an
the
electrical
perfect
signal. Not that
analogy.
there's an
What
electrical
you
signal
are
when you
doing,
have a thought.
Leandre, I let you go. I let you
No, you
cook.
didn't let me go.
That
You cut
yes,
me
I
off.
did. No,
Are you
bruh,
on drugs, like hard drugs?
bruh,
Because you keep saying you did
bruh.
that, but you keep cutting me off.
That's called ad homs
No. It's not called
and
ad hom.
slander
It's not
and
called an ad hom.
slander
I don't. Why does
and
everyone want to use
slander
logic? My God,
and
you
slander.
don't just go to a logic course.
Nobody else
You
up here is
suffer through a
asking
logic
about
course.
who's
I've
on
taken
drugs.
4
Are you
logic
on
courses,
hard drugs?
and they're terrible. They're terrible
Nobody else
courses to
up here
take. Why
talking
does
about
everyone want to
hard
use these
drugs,
terms so
Leandre,
loosely?
but you. That's slander.
Bro, there's no slander. I'm
You're
asking.
mentioning that shit in relation to me.
Bro,
So
why do you
it is
keep cutting me
slander
off?
directed towards me, which cuts against your
A1,
Christian
can you,
religion,
A1, come
brother.
on, man, brother. Listen, I was in the middle of trying to talk, man. I don't.
That
I,
Here, shots fired. Shots fired.
listen. Here's the problem.
individual.
He said
You're a
that
fucked
a
up
thought.
individual.
It's
That's
at
why
29. It's at
you're.
29 minutes.
That's
Let's
why
keep it to the
you're
information,
slick.
fellas.
That's why you're slick
We
throwing
can't keep the
slander my
information.
way,
You don't
Leandre.
let anybody talk.
Asking me if I'm on any hardcore drugs, Leandre, when I have never even discussed any type of drugs with you. I have never discussed marijuana with you.
That doesn't mean you can't show
alcohol
signs
with
of being
you,
on drugs, like your inability to
nicotine with
control
you.
yourself.
None of that,
You can't
Leandre.
control
I
yourself.
have not
Are
asked
you
you
on
any personal
illicit
questions on
medication?
this panel, Leandre. So why are you throwing shots at me asking if I'm on
You
some
won't let me
hardcore
talk, and
drugs?
so you seem
Because
out of
you
control.
Okay,
simply
here's what we're gonna do.
you
We're
don't
gonna keep
agree
the
with
gloves
what's
on,
coming out of my
gentlemen.
mouth.
If we'll
We're
keep
gonna
the
let
gloves on, can I
Leandre
finish
land his
what I was saying?
plane. We're gonna let
Can you tell
Leandre
me,
land
hold
his
on while I finish
plane.
what I was saying?
And Leandre isn't going to insinuate that anybody's a drug user.
Cool. So you're going to keep him quiet while I'm talking, right?
I'm going to try.
All
He's
you
gonna
got to
keep
do is use
himself
that mute
quiet.
button.
He gonna keep himself quiet.
Cool. He going to keep himself quiet. Cool. So I'm going to finish what I'm saying.
And then you're gonna pass it back to him.
Cool. Okay, cool. So watch this. So here's the issue. Again, he said that a thought is the electrical signal. It's the same issue we just ran into with the God is light issue. The thought is the electrical signal. That is a law of identity issue. So that's a logical problem to say the thought is the electrical signal. I didn't say it. He said it. You told me he didn't say it. You told me nobody Nog ever made the argument. We played it back. You can go back to 29 minutes into the video. He said exactly that. I didn't make it up, and I'm letting you know ahead of time. A1, we're going to be pirating part of your content and commentating on it, so that way it's fair use doctrine, 1957 copyright laws. But the point is that he said that. He said it. And then I was told that he didn't say it, and nobody Nog ever made the argument, but then he did it. And then he tried to pull up a bunch of articles that he Googled and AI reviews to try to support it, except for they were talking about them correlating. Sure, no one's arguing that there's correlation because, again, you need to have some consciousness. You need to have some consciousness in order for this to be the case. And so, but you can have something election without having a thought. That's a fact, right? And so now, but does that mean that you can have a thought without having some electricity? Well, in the natural sense, I don't think so naturally. But the problem is that, again, that wasn't the argument. And the argument from Naga repeatedly is that God is light is electromagnetism. I don't know what you want me to do about that, but logically that tells me that God is electromagnetism. And then we want to say that that's not the case. But again, you can't argue that a thought is the electrical charge, that it is, that electrical charge, and then turn and say that it's not, that it's more than that, that has to do with emotions and all sorts of other immaterial things. Because it just, we're going to run into an issue. It's a definitional problem. So, but you can go ahead. I'm done.
What y'all just witnessed is a word salad straw man argument, because none of us ever said that. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't have an electrical signal without a thought. Of course, you can have an electrical signal without a thought, Leandre. You have motherfucking voluntary organs that function without thought, without you thinking about them functioning. But there are electrical signals there present. That's understood, Leandre. So that is not the argument we are making. That's the argument you're making, Leandre, which makes it a classic non sequitur and a straw man. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that you can have electrical signal without thought. But the fact that you admit that you can't have a thought without the electrical signal is the reason why I brought up the analogy about what you're doing is trying to separate electricity from magnetism, because they're two sides of the same coin. One has never been observed without the other one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you're making the argument, making them separate. And when he made the statement he made, he showed you what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? He showed you what he was talking about. And you were incorrect in saying, when you brought up reason, saying that reason doesn't result from a thought process. That reason isn't the result of, yeah, you literally said no, reason isn't the result of a thought process. And when I Googled the shit that came out your mouth, Google says that you were lying, or
Mhm.
not just lying, that you were incorrect. It
Mhm.
said reasoning is the result of a thought process and is directly tied to electrical signals. So I don't know why you're making the argument separating the two when the two have never been observed separate from one another.
Cool. So I'm going to answer you why, and it's because some of us may know what logic is, and so you may have necessary elements of something that are not sufficient. So the argument that you very, very intelligent, there's sarcasm included there because I was told I can't say certain things, but you very intelligent gentlemen are making is that the electrical charge is sufficient for a thought. And I'm telling you that it is necessary but not sufficient. You may need an engine to start a car, but you need more than the fucking engine to start a car. And so what I'm telling you is that you're telling me that it's a necessary element is separate from saying that it's sufficient. This is basic, straightforward fucking logic. And I don't know how to get you all to track along with this because it's so basic. But you need several elements to start a car. Oftentimes, you need a person or something acting to start the car. You need spark, you need air if it's a gas, if it's an internal combustion engine. You need spark, you need air,
Right.
you need gasoline, you need an engine. You may need certain other elements. But
You
any
need
one
some
of these things,
electricity. Right.
yes, you need some electricity. But any one of these things in and of themselves is not sufficient to start a fucking
Right.
car. And that's
Right.
basic. And so telling me that a thought is electricity, right? And then turning around and telling, oh, no, and I'm telling you it may be elemental in it, right? And as a matter of fact, in this particular case, it may be under certain conditions, which is a little bit different. But telling me that it is the thought, you're telling me that a thought is it is an electrical charge, and that's stupid. That's really, really dumb. I'm arguing that of course you need it. It's necessary, but it's not sufficient for a thought because you can have it and not have a goddamn thought. You know what that means? That means you need other things in order to make a thought. This is just basic, straightforward logic. Necessary versus sufficient causes.
You
Anybody got
done?
anything else? Anybody got
You
any? Yeah.
done?
Is that it?
Are you done?
Hold on before you go. I got one thing. Laurel, can I get your cash app?
I think
I
the
think
world
he
took off.
dropped off.
Oh, Laurel dropped off. I'm trying to find it. I'm on my Titans debate league. He not in this one. I'll get it from him. Sorry about that, gentlemen.
Anyway, I only came back just to say that there was no anger with it. It's the AI overviews. If you had read the very first one, if you go back, when you go back and look at this later, look at the last sentence of his first AI overview. Look at the last one. When you start reading through even the MIT article and stuff like that, and I don't know who put the MIT article and stuff like that together because often they could be written by just science writers or whatever it is, but I don't know who put it together. But the actual content is a little different from the headline, and so when I was reading it, that's why he wanted to jump off the thing. But again, just because there's correlation between some electrical signal and a thought doesn't mean the thought itself is the electrical signal. And there's a logical difference, there's a categorical difference between these things. And hey, are we saying that we've never observed a thought without some electrical signal? Cool, perfect, fine. We've never observed a gas combustion engine, an internal gas combustion engine starting, without some fuel. That's fine, but that's not the same. It's not the same. Okay, so I can't help if we don't know this stuff. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't help y'all. I just guess I just want to say, like, if you don't know this stuff, maybe just like log off and stay off the internet, and then that's it. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, A1.
A whole bunch of word salad. A whole bunch of word salad, bro, and tooting his own horn. It's like, bro, that's crazy. He gonna tell y'all that, oh yeah, you can have an electrical signal without a thought, but you can't have a thought without an electrical signal. Then separate the two, and stand on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what really are you saying?
That's crazy.
It's like, and then
Oh, my bad, bro.
everything you mention that goes into a thought, an actual thought, is the result of a thought process. You threw reasoning at the shit. Reasoning, bro. It's like everything you threw at the shit is the result of a thought process. And you admit that you can't have a thought process without an electrical signal, but you're going to separate all three factors. I guess because he got a master's degree, was supposed to just eat that up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Notice he ducked the fade too.
Man,
He definitely dropped the
man,
mic and left.
man, you had nerves of steel, Ruben, to walk that one out.
Yeah, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? You challenge a statement that I made. That's a factual statement. You know what I'm saying? You can't separate electricity from magnetism. They're two sides of the same coin. And you're going to tell me one, oh, they're not the same thing, but you telling me my analogy about the quarter, you know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. When you got a heads and a tails to a quarter,
Yeah, I was
ain't no
gonna.
one side of
Yeah.
the ain't no one side of the quarter no less of a quarter than the other side of that motherfucker.
He, I was going to kind of ask him to see what he was going to go into. That I was thinking about, but he took off. I was going to ask him about that, like what was his interest in the electro and versus the magnetism, and what did he think about you when you said you couldn't separate? Like what but I don't know. I
Yeah, that
guess we yeah went another way.
he tried
So
to frame the argument to his favor. When I'm telling you, when I'm arguing is that electricity and magnetism are two sides of the same coin. The electromagnetic force is a unified force
right,
because of that. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
you're telling me I'm wrong, but when I challenge you to a debate on exactly that, you duck the fade with
Oh
both
yeah,
of your
you also
master's
you said,
degrees.
for real, oh you guys.
Yeah, that's the problem I've been having with Leandra every time we end up on the platform. Yeah, come on back because you ducked the fade on that, but you said I was wrong. That
So
electricity and magnetism are two sides of the same coin, and you cannot separate the two.
yeah, so anyway, here's
Would
the
you
issue.
take that debate?
Oh,
Um,
hey, Leandre's back. Did you hear
yeah,
that, Leandre? About
yeah,
Okay,
yes, I heard that. So here's the issue. Here's the problem. The electromagnetism is necessary for light, right? Just kind of we talked about necessary versus sufficient causes. But
right.
electromagnetism is not itself light. And so saying the two sides of the same coin is also fucking stupid. Let's say you have a static field. You can have electromagnetism without having light. And so you know what that means? It means that light is not electromagnetism. You may need electromagnetism for light to occur.
Would you like to debate
Let,
that
let, let, let,
statement? You
I'm in
say
the middle
light.
of answering the
You
question.
say
I'm in the middle
light
of
is not
This,
electromagnetism.
this is
Would you
this
like
is
to
this is
debate that?
interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting conversation.
You just made the statement that
So you
light
can
is
have
not
magnetic fields, for
electromagnetism. Would
example.
you like to debate that, sir?
Yeah, we can debate that. Yeah, we can debate that. Yeah, I,
Interesting.
I want.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, because
I would
because
definitely,
I just want to be clear on this.
I would definitely want to sit in on that.
Well, no, you wouldn't because he's going to have to show that anytime you have electromagnetism, in order for this to be the case,
No, no,
anytime
I'm
you
Okay.
have
not.
electromagnetism,
No,
you have to
all I
have
gotta
light.
show is that light is
No,
electromagnetism.
no,
That's
no,
all
no,
I
no,
gotta
no,
show.
no, no. What you have to show is
No,
that
no,
anytime
cause
you have
because
electromagnetism,
you said light
oh my
ain't
God, he won't let
electromagnetism.
anybody
So
finish this.
all
Oh
I
my
have
God,
to
he does
show,
not want
brother,
anybody
is
to hear
that
this stuff.
light is electromagnetism. What are you talking about?
So as
Let's
I
slow
was
it down. Let's slow it down so
as I'm
everybody can
trying
get their
to
thoughts.
explain, as I'm
Yeah,
trying to
brother,
explain,
A1.
this statement is prima facie false because what you would have to have is anytime you have electromagnetism, you'd have to have light. Is that true? Is it true that anytime you have electromagnetism, you have light? Is that
Were you,
true?
were you referring to visible light solely when you have to have
I'm
this
talking.
light?
Brother,
I'm talking about any light.
brother, a
Do you have any
photon is
light? Do you always
a
have radiation?
brother,
Let's take it a step back.
brother,
I'm in the middle.
brother.
Oh my God!
Can
Why
you
can't I
have,
answer the mother's question?
brother,
Oh my
brother?
God! Why can't
You
I
asked
answer
me
the
the question.
question?
Can
I
I
can't
answer
ever
your
answer this
question?
question.
Can I answer your question? I heard your question.
I didn't ask you a question. I'm asking him a question, and he asked me something, and I'm responding back.
I can wait.
Anytime
I can wait. If you guys, because I know it doesn't matter to me. I can go either. I can wait or talk to you. No, it doesn't matter.
does electromagnetism is electromagnetism the same as light? That's the question. Just like we talked about the transitive property a second ago, is electromagnetism always light? If it is
That's called the
always,
goalpost move.
no, it's not called a goalpost move.
Your
And
statement was
listen.
light ain't light is not electromagnetism. That was your statement.
Right.
That is
That
correct.
was your
Light
And
is
statement.
the result.
That
It is the result of
Leandre,
electromagnetism.
Leandre, you
It is
did
not
say it emphatically,
electromagnetism.
Leandre. You said it emphatically too.
You
No, I
said
did say
light
it
is
emphatically
not
because if it's the result of electromagnetism,
got
it is
challenged on
not
DeAndre. And
electromagnetism.
now you're moving the goalposts in
There's no
order to
moving.
get
Oh
your
my,
way
oh
to
my
go to
God!
your master's
I tell
degree.
you what. In the debate, I
Because
will show your
you
credentials and your
cannot have
studies
the
and logic, and I'll show
electromagnetic
mine.
force as we know it without the force carrier
That's
of
not
the
the same
electromagnetic
thing.
force.
Okay, cool.
What's
When
the
he's
force
done, I'm gonna
carrier,
respond.
brother? What's the force carrier of the electromagnetic force? Go.
I'm gonna stick to the topic. What you said is that
I'm
when
on
you say
topic.
light is
I'm
electromagnetism,
absolutely on topic.
you're not
What
on
is
topic.
Yeah,
can
Ruben's
you
saying that
have
light is a force carrier. That's what he's saying.
can you
Okay,
have
Which is
but again,
which
can
is
you
true.
can
Right.
you have
I'm in the middle of trying to respond.
electromagnetism without the force carrier of the electromagnetic force, Leandre?
I'm in the middle of trying to respond. So
You got 2 master's degrees. You ought to be able to respond off the top of the goddamn dome like me.
I am trying
He
to
is.
respond.
He
You won't shut
is.
the hell up.
Let him get it out, King Naga. I know you amped up, baby. You know that Naga energy still in the air from earlier. Go ahead, Sergeant Water.
Light is one form of electromagnetism. It's
True.
one form of it. Light is a result of electromagnetism. Light is not electromagnetism. If it results from it, it's not the same thing. It's the difference between products and reactants. It may have part of it in it, but it is not the same thing. This is why we just talked about the transitive property a second ago. This statement is prima facie on this. It's false. That light is electromagnetism. Light may result from electromagnetism, but it is not in and of itself electromagnetism. Like I just got through saying, you can have electromagnetism without having light. If that is true, then on its face, this is false. And it's going to be it's going to be the entire argument. If I can show that you can have electromagnetism without having light, then he loses. And the thing is, all you have to do, just like you were just doing a second ago, is Google it. Can you have electromagnetism without having light? Can you have electromagnetism without it producing light? I just gave you an example. If you have magnetic field, you can stop light from producing, even though you have electromagnetism. If that's true, then you can't say light is electromagnetism. You can't even say that light always results from electromagnetism. The debate is already over if anything I said is true. This is a data issue. It has nothing to do with interpretation. It has nothing to do with a contention. This is a data issue. Can you have light? I mean, can you have electromagnetism without there being light as a resultant? Yes, that's true. It's a product. I mean, yeah, it's a reactant. So you may have some products that come together, and there's a reaction that results from that, and so this is a reactant. Electromagnetism may be one of the products, but you need something else. You also need for other things to not be present as well. If anything I just said is true, then the debate is dead in the water. All I'm going to do is show up and argue that exact point. If I can show it all that that's the case, then he loses. We can debate that, but he's going to lose.
You have to start. Are you talking about like in terms of breaking up the electromagnetic package, so to speak?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
with a
Well,
magnetic
I
field.
agree. Right. Okay.
And so you would have electromagnetism without any light.
Notice he gave you a whole bunch of word salad and
Oh my God.
avoided the question I asked him. I asked him, can you have electromagnetism without the force carrier of the electromagnetic force? And I also asked him, what is the force carrier of the electromagnetic force? He danced all around both of those questions. I don't know if it's because he don't know, or maybe it's because he do know that the force carrier of the electromagnetic force is the photon. And a photon, Leandre, is a quantum of light or other electromagnetic radiation. And no, you cannot have electromagnetism, Leandre, without the thing that carries the force. Mr. Two Master Degrees. Obviously, them shits wasn't in physics.
Okay, that's cool. Listen, we can debate it. And like I said, if I can show you electromagnetism without there being any light, then you're going to lose.
I'm saying light is electromagnetism.
I know you are.
The,
I don't care.
And I'm also saying
I don't care. Inbox me. Let's set it up.
You're saying light is not electromagnetism. That was your statement. That's what you said.
That's fine. That's fine. Like I said, you let me know you.
Sounds like we have a debate, folks. Another one here in the gauntlet on.
My stance is that light is electromagnetism, and no, you cannot have electromagnetism without the force carrier of the electromagnetic force, which is the photon, and that's what light is.
Mm-hmm.
We can't make that the title. That's long.
We can condense that.
Let's see if we can get a title.
Can you have electromagnetism without the force carrier of the electromagnetic force?
No.
Or can you have electromagnetism without the photon? Since it's already understood
you can have
that is the force carrier.
No, but you can have electromagnetism without light.
But you can have it. You say you can't have it without photons, but you can have it without light.
Yes.
That just showed me you don't know what the fuck light is.
Yeah, that's your claim, but if you're resorting to Google, then that's fine.
What's a photon, Leandre? What's a photon? What's that?
Listen,
brother. Can you tell us? Can you tell us what a photon?
You might have to ask Leandre, what is your definition of light? That's probably maybe a better.
That's a better question. That's another good question.
Enlighten us, brother Leandre. What would be light defined to you? According
to
are
we having a debate on this, or are we discussing it here? Because that's going to be the question. Are we having a debate on this, or are we going to discuss it here? If we're having a debate on it, we can discuss it in the debate. If we're going to discuss it here, that means no debate. So what are we doing?
Whatever floats your boat.
I thought you wanted to have a debate. I'm trying to figure it out.
So
you know, King Naga's not running from no debate.
You good with that title?
I don't know what the damn title was. It was a stupid long ass title.
Can you have electromagnetism without the force carrier of the electromagnetic?
No. That wasn't a goddamn question.
You just said.
That wasn't a goddamn question.
You just said.
That wasn't a question. This is a goalpost move. That wasn't a goddamn question.
Bro, how that's a goalpost move when that's literally what I've been asking you.
No, what we argued was that, is that light itself is not electromagnetism. No. That was the debate.
What I said was, Leandre, you cannot light. I said my stance is light is electromagnetism, and you cannot have electromagnetism. And I said that you can have electromagnetism without having light. I'm not finished, and I said you cannot have electromagnetism without the force carrier of the electromagnetic force, which is a photon, and a photon is a quantum of light or other electromagnetic radiation. So then I condensed that shit to, can you have electromagnetism without the force carrier? Or
right, but that's not what our dispute was. That was
and I even narrowed it down even further for you.
And that's not what our dispute was.
Can you have electromagnetism without the photon? And the photon is light. That's what you're saying.
Let me jump in to bring some clarity, because like you said that the conversation started with can you have light without electromagnetism, and then you went into the electromagnetism and the photon, right?
Well, we started off with him saying that light is not electromagnetism.
So we should stop right there, because
I'm saying light is electromagnetism because the photon is the force carrier of the electromagnetic force.
That's why I got to slow you down, because as soon as you say because, that's evidence and argumentation, and that's what you need for the debate. So we should stop it at everything before that, which would just be, is light electromagnetism? Because you were saying light is electromagnetism because, and then you went into explaining.
No, I said that just now. I said that just now. I didn't put a because in the titles I gave it.
Oh, okay. I think we should just keep it as light electromagnetism.
He said, and he was making a statement that you can have electromagnetism without light. You know what I'm saying? And my stance is you can't have electromagnetism without the photon.
Because boom, it's settled. Let's drop a bomb on that. So is light electromagnetism? You saying that it is, and he's saying it's not. and then the photons and all that stuff will be the evidence that you bring forth to convince the judges of your claims. Sound like a bet here, folks?
Yeah, I'll take him. I'll bust his ass on that.
Okay, you guys are gonna be going in the gauntlet. That's $50 win, lose, or draw. Shout out Leandre stepping into the Coliseum of arguments. That's what's up, man. This one's gonna be one for the record books. Wow, it's an amazing night for me.
Yeah, no, it won't, because I'm like, because here's yeah. Anyway, it's going to be a really interesting discussion in logic, and it'll be very simple. It'll be a really interesting discussion in logic. But I know the Naga gentlemen are not very astute in. It's why he keeps using fallacies wrong. And then the other thing I want you to do, when you show up, Ruben, please bring any evidence that you've studied logic whatsoever to the debate. That way you can substantiate.
I'm gonna bring physics, brother. This debate is about physics.
I know, but talking about fallacies, and the two of us, I'm the only one with any knowledge and education and logic.
That's what I'm gonna knock your head off with physics.
So can you also bring, this is a request, can you also bring any evidence that you know?
I'm gonna bring evidence in the field of physics, brother.
I know you keep wanting to cut me off, but I want to make sure the audience hears this. I want you to bring any evidence, because when you keep making reference to logical fallacies, bring any evidence that you have any formal education in the area of logic, because you keep using the terms wrong. And I'll do the same. I'll bring my transcripts to show that I know logic.
Evidence.
I bring my transcripts to show that I know logic,
physics,
intro to logic, formal logic, informal logic, Venn diagram logic, modal logic. I'll bring all that stuff.
This debate is a physics debate. It's not a logical one.
Oh no, it's definitely a logical debate.
Oh, it's definitely a physics debate.
It's 100% a logic debate.
Because light, whether or not light is or isn't electromagnetism, is studied in the field of physics.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that it's also not logic, because every field,
is
every single field of inquiry bends the need of logic. Physics. Every one of them. Every field of inquiry bends the need of logic. They all assume logic. So it is 100% going to be a logical argument. And so what we're going to have is we're going to have
any kind of arguments you feel.
Yeah, we're going to have an entire debate. We're going to have an entire debate.
I'm going to make a physics-based argument. You can make
cool. Yeah, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at the elements of electromagnetism, and then we're going to have a logic. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're gonna look at the force carrier, the electromagnetic force, a whole lot in this debate.
Yes, we're gonna look at the force carrier, and I want everybody to remember that, because it's going to be really relevant to a certain logical fallacy that I'm going to point out 100 times plus during the debate. The force carrier for electromagnetism. Listen to it. The photons are the force carrier for electromagnetism. The whole debate is going to be centered around this topic, or whether it is one and the same, or if it's part of it. And this is a whole logical question that's stupid to even argue. Are photons part of the story? Absolutely. But this goes back to what I just talked about necessary versus sufficient causation. It's logic, 100%. This is logic and reading comprehension.
All right, can I ask a question now?
So, yes, you can. That is King Herc in the building. And I'm putting the title in the chat. Is light electromagnetism? And it's on you, King Herc.
What's going on? My man, Naga World, what's going on, bro?
What's up, King Herc? Chilling? What it do, bro?
Yeah, I was trying to catch Lorel. Yeah, I was trying to catch Lorel, man. I missed him. I know I missed him, but I wanted to so quick. Just quick reply, not reply, but I think you should have asked Sergeant Waters the same thing he was asking y'all, to show proof of the electrons for the brain when he was saying it's insignificant. Then you should have asked him to show proof that it's not significant. That's one thing that you didn't ask him. So, but besides that, I wanted to get back to the electromagnetic field, because I just wanted to ask a question. Because I understand that when he said that it's everywhere in the universe, the electromagnetic field, but the thing that we do know is that you can't find it with dark matter and dark energy. So I just wanted to know, how do y'all explain that part?
I just want to say before you go that I didn't say there was
that was a question to Naga. Can I respond to that question?
Yeah, you can. I just want to say that what he said, I didn't say, and it's on video. You can play it back.
King Herc, the way if you listen, if you notice what he said, he kept talking about the material objects and all objects in space. You know what I'm saying? And all objects in known universe are talk about matter. You know what I'm saying? It's talk about material objects, and there is no matter or object that exists devoid of the electromagnetic force at play. So that's basically what he's talking about. And we understand in Big Bang cosmology, there are these theoretical concepts, you know what I'm saying, called dark energy, dark matter, and the like. We understand that. But us per se, like we lean more towards plasma cosmology and electric universe. We study Big Bang cosmology, but we are not attempting to explain what can't be explained. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can't really explain to you what dark matter actually is because we don't have substance called dark matter. We have theoretical constructs called dark matter and mathematical frameworks. And in the Big Bang cosmology, it makes sense within that paradigm. You know what I'm saying? But plasma cosmology and electric universe really don't have a need for dark matter and dark energy. The expansion comes from the repulsive forces of the electromagnetic force.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I see where you're coming from. Okay, I see what you're saying. I understand. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to give your boy any ammo.
Yeah,
Because
man, I would debate any. It's on a whole different topic. It's like you're gonna have to separate the force carrier, the electromagnetic force, from the force it carries. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
show
Yeah, I
us
want I
that
want to
you
see
can
how
have
that's done.
electromagnetism without
Right.
it. It's like you got that. That's a steep mountain for him to climb. That he could show us electromagnetism without the force carrier, the magnetic
It's not the
force.
debate. The debate is
you
not. That's
That
not.
literally is the
you
debate.
That
kind of
literally is
you
not
you
the debate.
kind of can do that, but like I said, I don't want to give him any ammo.
Yeah, but that's legit not the debate. But the other thing is though why did you say that I
Photon
said
is a
that?
quantum of light, brother. A
Okay, well,
photon
yes,
is a
but
quantum of light,
that's why I said what you're saying is there's a logical error
or
there.
other electromagnetic radiation.
Yeah, but that's what I said. There's a logical issue there. You're committing a logical fallacy, and it's a very basic one, but you're committing a very logical, a very easy logical fallacy there with what you're arguing. Because again, there's a transitive property in what you're
Oh,
arguing,
man.
and that you're not able to show a one-to-one correlation between them. You may be
Hmm.
putting one of those as elemental in the other one, right? Like with electromagnetism producing visible light, right? But same thing you're talking about photons. You're committing the same logical error.
Photons aren't just visible, brother.
I
It's
know
like
that's not what I said. That wasn't my
photons
argument.
are
You just miscomprehended what I
a
said. That's not
photon
my position.
is visible light or any electromagnetic radiation.
Right, like
All
gamma,
electro
but that's not what I said.
all electromagnetic radiation is light, brother.
Cool, but that's not what you just missed what I just said. You didn't comprehend what I just said, and I hope you play it back and you hear yourself because it's not what I just said. Just like Hercules here just said that I said that it was insignificant. I also didn't say that, and I don't know where
Yes,
we
you
can go
did.
back.
You
Never
did.
came
You
out of my
did.
mouth.
Well, hold up. Well, I mean, you did say something like it was like it's not
You
the
said
neurons
that.
wasn't significant enough to say that this is a part. It was something like that,
Now,
right?
you say
No. What I said was I
you
talked
say
about
the electrical
necessary.
signals don't play a significant role.
I didn't say that at all. Listen.
Okay,
I tell
what
you
did you say? What did you
I
say?
tell you what. I have $10,000 for either of you who could find me saying that, and this is my word.
Just
$10,000.
tell us what you said. Just tell us what you said.
No.
You already owe my brother money, bro. So I mean, fuck.
Hey, listen. Like
You're
I
not
said,
about to do
pin
that.
that.
You
If anybody
already
can
owe
find
my
me saying
you
that.
already owe my Naga brother money. So if you're gonna pay somebody, pay him.
Yeah. Like I said. Anyway, as I stated, no one's going to be able to find me saying that. Period. I didn't say that. There's a comprehension issue because I didn't come out of my mouth. It never happened. So I don't like stuff keeps being said that I didn't say, and so I don't know what to make of this outside
You
of
know
this.
what I mean. You know what I mean, bro. Come on.
I don't know what you mean.
You don't know?
No, I don't. I said when I said that Laurel said something, I was able to go show it. That is exactly what I said. He said.
Yeah, he said that what the thoughts is
that thoughts are electrical charges.
And your response was, well, can you show it?
No. I was told by Ruben that he didn't say that, and I went back and played it.
Okay, we know that. Okay, now, but
yeah, because I didn't hear that. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen, nobody in Naga has ever said that.
Yeah, and I would feel that way if I didn't hear the statement.
Exactly, but the thing is, you shouldn't have come up here saying nobody has said it, because that was wrong. I know what I pay attention to stuff that comes out of my mouth. I pay attention to stuff that comes out of my mouth and other people's mouths. So I didn't say what I was just told that I said. I never said I never said that. It didn't come out of my mouth.
All I was saying is that you should have had proof, and they should have asked you to prove your point as well. That's all.
I did. I gave proof, logical proof, when I said it.
No. I meant you was asking for research. I'm just saying you should have showed.
Well, research is not the only way to answer that question. I didn't ask for just research. He could have gave me anything. He could have gave me any evidence of what he said. So again, the problem is that I know what I said. Other people may not know what I said, but I'm very particular with the words that come out of my mouth. I'm very, very particular with them. I work really hard to try to make sure that I'm clear on what I say and that I know what I'm saying when I say it. Other people, y'all may not be paying attention, but I know I didn't say what you accused me of saying. That didn't happen. I talked about necessary and sufficient causes. I talked about how there's a correlation, and I talked about how it's necessary for there to be some electrical charge, for there to be a thought that takes place, but that the electrical charge itself is not a thought. That was my entire argument.
Yes.
So I never said it was insignificant.
You did, though.
It's necessary. How could it be insignificant if it's necessary?
You gave an example of a car engine. You know what I'm saying? You said a car engine is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You gave an example.
I gave an example of a car engine, and I gave the things that are necessary. Again, this is basic, straightforward logic of causation. You have necessary and sufficient causes. You have what's needed to start an engine. We have all the necessary elements. Each element is necessary. That means they're significant because they're necessary. It's the definition of necessary to be significant. They're necessary. You have to have them in order to start an engine. You cannot start it. It's to say that you cannot start an engine. This is different from a conditional argument where, like, if we take a house fire, for example, we might say that what caused a house fire is something electrical going off, in the attic. But that's not actually, that's neither necessary nor sufficient to cause a house fire. You can have a house fire caused by someone spilling gasoline and someone dropping a match. That's something conditional. But my argument here is that it's necessary for there to be an electrical charge. It's the opposite of insignificant, by the way, if it's necessary, by definition. But it's not sufficient.
All I said was all I was just saying is they should have just asked you to show it.
I showed it. I explained it.
Not just logically. I'm talking about you was asking them to
bring up. What do you mean not just logically?
No,
logic. Listen, logic is the highest.
No, hold up. You was asking them to bring up research papers.
I asked them to bring up anything. I asked for any evidence.
And I was just saying they should have did the same thing. That's all I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, because you said before, and I heard you say this before, we're on paradigm shift. Every field of inquiry bends the knee to logic. I gave the highest evidence you possibly can get is going to be logical evidence. So asking for a lower form of evidence doesn't make any sense. But even with that, it's already agreed upon. It's axiomatic that you can have an electrical charge. They already admit you can have an electrical charge without there being a thought. That in and of itself is something that we all know. Mm-hmm. Is anyone disputing that you can have an electrical charge that's not a thought? No, if you can have that, then what the hell? What are we talking about? He said out of his mouth that a thought is an electrical charge. Not that it's the result, or that it's part of an electrical charge, or that it's necessary to have an electrical charge to have a thought. That's not what he said. He said a thought is an electrical charge. He said your thought is just an electrical charge. So what do you mean? I need evidence. Me asking him questions about that.
Is your head a part of you?
My head is definitely a part of me. I am not my head, though. This is the same argument. This is what I'm saying.
Obviously.
Yes. Yeah. Listen. If that's obvious,
your
if
brain,
that's obvious, there's no point in having the debate you're asking
in your head. You know that, right?
What? What? Like again, this is basic intro level logic. This does not require anything. This not required like anything deep. It's basic intro level logic stuff. Necessary, which I said is necessary to have that electrical charge, but it's not sufficient. And what's the proof of that? That you can have an electrical charge that's not a thought. What's the other proof of that? That if you show a brain scan, you can't tell them what the person's thinking. Like, so what are we talking about? He made a positive claim that a thought is just an electrical charge. I came and asked questions about that. I said, do you have any evidence of that? If you show me a brain scan, can you show me what the person's thinking? No, you can't. He looked up something. He Googled something that was a red herring. He talked about inner speech. Inner speech is not one and the same as a thought. You may have inner speech that's part of a thought, but that's not one and the same as a thought. This is just bad reasoning.
All right. Listen, I don't want to stay long, but yeah, I just wanted to hop on and ask that question. And yes, I did. I took philosophy of logic, and my professor, she was just like
philosophy of logic.
Yeah, she was.
I don't know what that is. That's not a thing.
It was for me because I'm a math major. It was something that I had to take, but it was
The class
annoying.
is called philosophy of logic.
That's what it was called.
Oh wow.
And she was annoying, just like you are. She would stop us and make us. I hated that shit. But anyway, I just wanted to ask that question, yo. But I appreciate it. Brother Naga for explaining it to me. Yeah, I just wanted to ask that question. See what you guys, your viewers on that. But now I understand where you guys coming from. So I appreciate that. And I'll holler at y'all next time, man.
Yeah, anytime, King Herc, bro, it's always a pleasure, bro. You know what I'm saying? We always chop it up. It's always a pleasure.
All right.
Okay, I'm going for real this time. I just keep coming back because people keep saying dumb stuff, and I don't want anybody to think because these are easy softball questions. These aren't deep things.
So when you want to do it, when you want your funeral to be?
Hell, I don't know. Listen, we can light some up real soon. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we light real soon. It's more likely to have to be on some weekend or something like that. But yeah,
I agree. On the weekend, you know what I'm saying? We could fit it in like 2-3 weeks out, something like that.
That's cool.
Okay, I'm surprised. You know, I'm definitely surprised. I'm surprised that Sergeant Waters is going to take this debate.
A1, listen, believe me when I tell you, my entire presentation is going to just be straightforward logic. Okay, if we look up the principles, of logic, and we look at what the argument is, it is going to be a cakewalk. This is legit, like making an argument about anchovies on pizza. It's that simple of an argument.
Now, you know, King Naga has been standing on this for quite some time now. So
yeah, except for what we just heard. I mean, like, again, the transitive property is what it is. What their entire claim is bunk on its face. Okay, and then again, he keeps appealing to elements, trying to make those properties relevant to the whole, and it's part of the whole logical problem. So again, it's not a difficult.
That light is indeed electromagnetism. That's my stance. My stance is that light is indeed electromagnetism, and the photon being the force carrier of the electromagnetic force is the proof, because without it there would be no electromagnetic force, therefore no electromagnetism. And I'm gonna stick within physics. I'm not gonna bring to the people no logic. I am going to stick to physics.
Let's go. And make sure you bring that proof. The title is going to be "Is Light Electromagnetism?" And I'll be contacting you, gentlemen.
And I'm the affirmative.
And you are the affirmative. I'll be contacting you, gentlemen, for a face-off here in the next couple of days. It's a go. That's what's up, man. Sergeant Waters, welcome to the platform. It's a pleasure to have you here. Everybody give a round of applause for stopping through.
Sergeant Waters, yeah, man. What does you can say, Sergeant Waters? You're gonna you're gonna basically try to prove that it isn't, you know.
Yeah, that it is not in and of itself electromagnetism. Yes.
Okay, cool. Sounds like a blast.
And of course, this is separate from even making an argument about visible light. But again, yeah, I'm sorry, but this if you can read and do basic like 4th grade and up level reading, this won't be a difficult debate at all. Like I guarantee I won't even be long. Like my precinct, they won't even be long. They'll be very, very short. There'll be very short logical presentations, and we're gonna look at it, and then it'll be a very easy debate.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I'll be there.
You're right about one thing. it's gonna be an easy debate, but it ain't gonna turn out like he think it is.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Shots fired. Shots fired.
shots fired.
It is late, gentlemen, and I'm about to get myself to sleep. I appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight and everybody who tuned into the debate as well. Make sure you hit that bell on your way out so you get a notification every time we go live. And I got a couple sayings. You know, I'm not going to drop one tonight for you. But sleep tight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We have a face-off tomorrow at 7 p.m. with Honey and Bosco, the Ghost, Hoover. I call him the Ghost because everybody's been looking for him. They say he's dead, but I brought him back to life. And you will be seeing him tomorrow. Shout out Bosco Hoover.
Ooh, shout out.
Yep. Shout out Sadiq. Thank you for stopping
Shout out to
through.
you. Thank you, brother, for having me. Thank you, family, for being here too.
Shout out King Naga. You
Shout
already
out
know.
to Coliseum of Arguments, man, for putting this thing together, man. Y'all come check your boy out. If you ain't like, share, and subscribed already, go do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sadiq. We go way back. Shout out to the Bar Reloaded.
For sure.
This ain't no shot at the Bar Reloaded. This shot's all at Leandre. You heard me? I'm about to take a barbarian down. I've been trying to get me one with a master's degree or a PhD.
It should be it should be pretty good, man. Well, I'm here for it, brother. All right.
I'm excited they locked in on the title.
Oh,
all right, gentlemen. All right,
yeah,
fans.
for sure.
Until next time, stay blessed.
For sure. Likewise. Stay blessed, brother. Peace.